Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
Broadcast crew is ready in the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Exclusive pregame coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball is brought to you by Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City, Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Christopher Scott, Farmers Insurance, Doc and Norm Direct, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Hoslog Landscaping and Design, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, River Oak Christian Academy, Sawdust Studios, State Tech of Missouri, and Walk Off Wood Bat Company. The excitement is building in the stands, and the tension is rising in the dugout as first pitch is just around the corner. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball on the Renegades Radio Network and the Show Me Sports Network. Now let's go live to the field to the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth.
All-Star game is tomorrow in Clarinda, but we've got one more game here to play tonight before 7 or 8 Renegades travel their way to Iowa to partake in the Midsummer Classic. Welcome in, everyone. I'm Ben Schmidt, bringing you tonight's coverage of Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. Thanks so much for everyone who is tuning in and is ready to get going between the Renegades and the Queen City Crush. Tried a couple times to get an exhibition game like this in this season, and both times rain has got in the way, but there is not a rain cloud in sight tonight here at Vivian Field, and should be a good one between these two squads. Doesn't count in the record, but a good chance to have some fun. We're even going to have 10 hitters in the lineup for Queen City, so give you a little bit of taste of how these exhibition games go. They're serious, but some new stuff is going to be added. You'll see some Renegades playing some new positions tonight as well that we haven't seen all season long. But the Renegades have started to turn things around a little bit lately, especially this week when they have played now 4 straight days at home heading into tomorrow's All-Star game. They had lost 5 or 6 in a row up until that point, but then really turned things around on Wednesday when they swept Nevada in a doubleheader, then run-ruled St. Joe on Thursday night 13-3, and then split the doubleheader with the Des Moines Peak Prospects yesterday. Let's talk about that last game, a final score of 4-1. All-Star game is at 7 p.m. Yep, All-Star game at 7 p.m. tomorrow. But for last night's game with the Des Moines Peak Prospects, the most important one that we need to talk about for the Renegades was the nightcap, where the Renegades took it 4-1 on the back of Carter Gorling. He was outstanding. He racked up double-digit strikeouts and went the full 7 innings, gave the Renegades a complete game, and kept the Des Moines Peak Prospects to just 1 run. And overall in the day, Renegades pitching held Des Moines to just 3 runs total, so it was a successful day on the mound for everyone involved, as Boyer got the start in Game 1, and then Gorling got the start in Game 2. Renegades only had to use 1 bullpen arm in the 14 innings, so I'm sure that was something that the coaches liked to see. But outside of that, the Renegades were blanked on Game 1, but good for them to come back and turn it around in Game 2. Let's give you a couple stats. Haven't been able to update on these in a while. But as we head into the All-Star game, leading the Renegades at the top of the hitting statistics, Jack Matashek, ladies and gentlemen, hitting .338 on the season. He's got 24 hits and 71 at-bats to go with 5 doubles and a triple. So he has been one of the most especially in the middle of the lineup, most deafening forces for the Renegades as they currently sit at 13-16. They're 8-10 at home. This is now the 19th home game that the Renegades are playing here at Vivian Field, although this one will not count in the record books. And then they are 5-6 on the road. We'll next see them take the road next Wednesday for a doubleheader in Nevada. Some other stats for you for the Renegades, some pitching stats. Tanner Schmitz leads all relievers with a 1.13 ERA and 13 appearances. He's far and away been the most used Renegades pitcher, and he has been up to the task. And Carter Gorling, after his complete game last night, drops his ERA to 3.96. He's made 3 starts, 8 appearances total. And then Braden Boyer, who got the start in Game 1, dropped his ERA down to 3.27 after he went 6 innings, allowing 2 runs. A couple other inning statistics. not in the lineup tonight, but a present force in the leadoff spot for most of the season. Adonis Forte sits at .281, 18 hits in 64 at-bats. Taylor Hopkins, he's been hot lately, and we got it done a couple times on base last night. Again, from the bottom of the lineup, he's now hitting .278, 15 hits in 54 at-bats. He has been a very pleasant surprise of late. It all kind of started with that walk-off hit he had a couple weeks ago, and he has really turned it on since. Umpires and coaches are currently meeting at home plate. We're just a few minutes away. We're going to be honoring some parents here tonight. It is family weekend after all. Got the chance to do that before the second game last night, and then now once again here tonight at Vivian Field. They're taking the field on the third base side in front of the Renegades dugout as I speak, so that'll be fun for all the fans in attendance to witness. It's pretty sunny here, but we do have at least some clouds of coverage. No rain in sight, but at least there's a very light breeze. Not as hot as we had a couple nights earlier in the week. I'll get you the lineups for this game in just a moment. Once again, the 13 and 16 Renegades facing the Queen City Crush exhibition team. Travel down here to play this game this afternoon. Renegades have tried a couple times to get an exhibition game like this, both times against the JC Legends. I actually just won against the JC Legends. The other one was, I believe, just a non-league game. Regardless, both of those got rained out, and then this is the first time that the Renegades have been able to actually get one of these in. They'll play another one on Monday as well, as that game from a couple weeks ago against the JC Legends is being made up. So after the All-Star game tomorrow, coming out to the ballpark on Monday and take that one in, because next week it's going to be most time on the road for the Renegades. They have Nevada, a doubleheader on Wednesday. They do return home to face Chillicothe on Thursday, but then 3 straight road games, and 5 out of 6 they'll be taking the Doc and Norm direct bus to get to Sedalia, St. Joe, Joplin, then Nevada and Sedalia once again. So Blake and I will have the call for all of those, both home and away. Introductions now going on here at the field. We are just a few minutes away from baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network. Thanks so much for everyone who is tuning in. If you're not here at the ballpark, come on out and see us. We've only got about 2 weeks left of baseball on the season, and the Renegades are right in the thick of things for a playoff spot. So the way it works is the Renegades in the South Division with the 4 teams, 3 out of 4 make it. The second and third place teams will face each other in the wild card round. The second place team, the hosting site for that. And then the winner will move on to face the division champion in the division playoffs. Those 2 games, the wild card and the division championship, taking place on the 25th and 26th, and then the league championship, a 3-game series on the 28th, 29th, and 30th. So Renegades currently sit at third place behind Joplin and Sedalia, but if the season ended today, they'd be playing a 1-game wild card spot. Would not be here at Vivian Field, but if they can move up just a few more games, they could potentially host a wild card round, or just take the division altogether and get a bye and then face the winner of the wild card playoffs. About 2 weeks left to try and figure out who that will be. So we're just a few minutes now until first pitch. I'm going to go ahead and give you the starting lineups tonight. First, let's start with the visiting Queen City Crush. They're going to go with 10 guys in the lineup tonight, an extra hitter, something we've not seen all season. Isaac Miller leads things off. He's in left field tonight for the Crush. Tanner Lumley bats second and plays center. Alec Bolt is the first baseman and hits third tonight. Nathan Weatherly in the cleanup spot. He's going to catch tonight for the Crush. Trey Mulholland is the pitcher and the DH, so he'll not only take them out here in just a few minutes, but also play in the DH spot. We did see something similar like that a couple weeks ago when Ty Wolmsmeyer did the same thing for the Renegades, but Mulholland does it tonight, hitting fifth for the Crush. Brock Wunland plays third base and hits sixth, followed by Gabe Falcone, the shortstop, hitting seventh. Aaron Fisher is in right field. He's number 8 hitter tonight. Jaden Tarbett is the extra hitter, so he will not play a position, basically as second DH tonight. He's hitting ninth. And then Ryan Shoulders hits second base and bats 10th tonight. That's the Crush lineup one more time for you. Miller, Lumley, Bolts, Weatherly, Mulholland, Wendlet, Falcone, Fisher, Tarbett, and Shoulders. Once again, they're going with 10 hitters in the lineup tonight. Exhibition game, so you can do fun stuff like that. Renegades currently being announced here at Vivian Field. Each member of the Renegades being accompanied out by a Little Leaguer, so that's a cool sight to see. You can see one jogging out there with Ross Lovich. Ross kind of pointing him in the right direction. That was a fun sight. Just gave him a fist bump out there. Let's get you that Renegades lineup. Cole Wagner leads off and plays center field. Andrew Rimgarten, the number 2 hitter, is at shortstop tonight, followed by Ross Lovich. He's in the 3-hole and playing right field tonight for the Renegades. Carter Goring, last night's starting pitcher, is in the lineup tonight as the DH. He bats cleanup, followed by Colby Otts making the start in left field tonight. We've seen him often in the middle infield spots at shortstop and second base, but he's going to make the turn to a corner outfield spot. Should be fun to see how he handles that. He's been a great glove all season. He hits fifth. Colin Shreves just named to the All-Star roster today, so congratulations to him. He'll be making the trip to Clarinda to tomorrow. He's at third base hitting 6 tonight, followed by Joe Hirschler behind the dish in the number 7 spot tonight. Ivan Maslowski gets the turn at first base. He hits 8th, and Ian Nolf played first base last night, shifts to second. Also believe that's the first time we've seen him there all season. He hits 9th, and like I said, in the second base spot tonight. And then taking the mound for the Renegades, looking to follow some stellar starting pitching that the Renegades got yesterday. It'll be Grayson Ironman. We've seen him in a relief role, but he gets the turn on the bump tonight. He will start for the Renegades, jogging out to the mound here in just a moment, getting ready to throw some warm-up pitches. So there's your Renegades starting lineup. Once again, Wagner, Imgarten-Lovich, Gorling, Treves, Hirschler, Maslowski, Nolf with Ironman on the bump. So we've got an Ironman versus Mulholland matchup tonight. Should be a good one and a whole lot of fun as the Renegades look to take advantage of this exhibition matchup to try some new things out. And we'll see who comes out victorious before the All-Star game tomorrow in Clarinda. Make sure to tune into that. We won't have the broadcast for you, but Mink League sites, I believe, will be posting at least some way to either listen or watch that game. Not only the game, but the home run derby that Luke Fuller will be participating in for the Renegades. He is their participant that will take place in that. Game is at 7 p.m. Home run derby, I believe, is just before that. So it should be a fun day of festivities down there in the cornfields in Clarinda. If you're a Renegades fan, Renegades sent a whole lot of representatives, so make sure to tune into that tomorrow. Looks like we just finished up the lineup introductions here at the stadium, and we're doing family introductions for the parents of all the players. Some Renegades, I believe most of the ones that are in the starting lineup aren't being accompanied right now. Ones that are out being accompanied on the third base side are ones not in the lineup tonight, as everyone else is out at their positions in the field. So while they do that and finish that up, we're going to take a quick break. Back in just a moment, it's time for Renegades baseball against the Queen City Crush on the Show Me Sports Network.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, walk-off wood bat company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 two-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Just about ready to go for some baseball here at Vivian Field between the Crush and the Renegades. Once again, thanks so much for everyone tuning in tonight. I'm Ben Schmidt coming to you live from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Should be a good one between the Renegades and the Crush. Just a few minutes from getting underway. Blake, not on the mic tonight, or he is on a mic, just not the mic here on the air. He's on the PA mic here at the stadium, getting fans riled up as we're just about ready to go. So Blake will be in charge of doing the games all night long, as he does for a lot of our weekend games, and that's why I get the chance to talk to you guys on the air here tonight. So taking the mound, getting ready to throw some warm-up pitches is Grayson Ironman. Looks to be just a few away from getting ready to get things going. He'll face this top part of the Crush lineup in Miller, Lumley, and Bolt. 1, 2, 3 to get things going. Looks like we're about one more warm-up pitch away, and then it'll be time for some baseball. Renegades and Crush. Last game before the All-Star break. I guess it's not even really a break. It's just a one-day off. But they do have 2 days off out of 3. The rain date on Monday is being used to make up the game against the JC Legends. But otherwise, tomorrow the All-Star game, and Tuesday an off day before a long road to finish off the season. Renegades come back on Wednesday the 13th and then play every single day until the 23rd. And then, depending on whether or not they use the rain date on the 24th, that would be off before the playoffs get underway. Hopefully the Renegades are participants in those playoffs. Right now they would if the season ended today, but the Nevada Griffins not far behind them. But you can look on the bright side. Renegades not that far out of first place in the South Division. They're in third, trailing Joplin and Sedalia, and about 2 weeks to make up some ground. They've got time, but nice to get it going starting on Wednesday in Nevada. Those will be 2 big games because that's the team at showing the Renegades still play Nevada 4 more times, twice on next Wednesday, and then 1 more home and 1 more away on the 18th and 19th. Those will be very big games depending on how the standings shake out. So it looks like we're ready to go. Ironman's done throwing the warm-up pitches, and it's time for baseball here in Jefferson City. Ironman on the mound, facing the righty leadoff hitter. He goes into the windup, and his first pitch is fired in there, a called strike, fastball down the middle, and he's off and running with strike 1 to Isaac Miller. Just joining us this game, an exhibition between the Crush and the Renegades. Oh, and pitch coming from Ironman, skips in there. Herschler unable to backhand it, but doesn't matter with no one on. So 1 ball and a strike now to Miller. Crush will have 10 men in their lineup coming to the plate. They're going with not only the DH, but the extra hitter. They have their extra hitter tonight, batting 9th. 1-1 pitch coming is swung on and missed. Went chasing down low, and coming up empty was Miller. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for the Crush. Ironman looking to get things going on the right note for the Renegades. Ironman pitching out of the windup, holds the glove over his face while he waits for the sign, and now will deliver the 1-2. This one line to left, and that is going to get down in front of odds. That's a leadoff single, and going down to get that one and lining it out to the left side was Miller. Nice piece of hitting there, and he's on first to get things going tonight against Ironman. That was a good piece of hitting, as that ball was down and away, and Miller went down to get it and hooked it into left field. No shot for Ott to make a play on that one. And easily into first base with a leadoff single is Miller. And now Tanner Lumley, the center fielder, will step in, already a base runner. They do have Maslowski holding on Miller at first base, so a pretty big hole on the right side. Renegades wearing white on white tonight. They wore the yellow alternates last night. Tonight they go back to just the plain white. Runner going, first pitch is high, a ball. Herschler stowed to second on a hop, is going to be late as Miller got in there pretty easily on a slide, and he has stolen second. And also a ball to Lumley, so now a runner in scoring position with nobody out for the Crush. Miller got a good jump, and it was a pretty good one-hop throw from Herschler. Maybe tailed a little bit left to the second base bag. Regardless, I don't think a perfect throw was getting Miller there, as he was in sliding pretty easily. So now he's at second, a pretty big lead. He's dancing off the bag out there. Wouldn't be shocked to see him try and swipe third. 1-0 pitch is in there, a called strike at the knees. Now even at a ball and a strike to Lumley. Miller's single to get this game underway. Just started in the top of the first inning. Grayson Ironman on the mound already after a pitch and a little bit of a jam after the single and the stolen base by Miller. Checks the runner at second. Now looks back towards the plate. 1-1 pitch is hit in the air out to left center and hit pretty well. That ball is going to split the gap and go all the way to the wall. Rounding third and scoring easily will be Miller. Lumley on his way to second. He's in standing as back-to-back hits have this thing going in a 1-0 lead for the Crush on an RBI double by Tanner Lumley. He smoked that ball to the left center field gap. Neither Ott or Wagner was going to have a play on that one. And by the time that thing came up against the wall, Miller was already around third base and on his way in for the score. So now 1-0 Crush. So Ironman will once again have to pitch with the runner in scoring position as he was just a moment ago with Miller out there. Now trading places, Lumley, will be at second with Miller in to score. So 1-0 now, 2 batters into the ball game. And Ironman's going to have to go to work now against Alec Bolt. First pitch to him is on the outside corner. That's strike one called. And now 0-1 to the first baseman, a number 3 hitter for the Crush. Just the third batter of the ball game. 1-0, nobody out, and a runner on second in the top of the first inning. Nathan Weatherly, the catcher, waits on deck. Bolt rocking the no batting gloves to go with his wooden bat that he rests on the right shoulder. This one snaps in there. That's a called strike. Just dropped off the table and into the strike zone. And now no balls and 2 strikes on Bolt. Ironman looking for a big out. Number 1 would be even bigger if he can get it without allowing Lumley to move up to third base with less than 2 outs. Check of the runner. Here comes the 0-2 from Ironman. It's just going to be fouled off to the left side as it was in the dirt, but going down to get it was Bolt, and he stays alive. Ironman, this will be appearance number 6 for him on the season. He currently sports a 12.27 ERA and 7.1 innings pitched. Opponent's hitting .290 after him, and that number going up just a couple of batters into this one as he is allowed a single and a double, but a strike away from recording his first out of the ball game. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Bolt. It is fouled off again, and back-to-back fouls keep this an 0-2 count to the number 3 hitter for the Crush. So falling behind 0-2 was Bolt, but he has since fouled off back-to-back pitches, and he still gets a shot here at the very least to move the runner up to third base in Lumley, who's at second, drove in the first run. Ironman checks him twice, and now will deliver the 0-2. This one just below the knees. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Looked to be low, but it was a close one. Herschler tried his best to bring it back up into the strike zone. Did not get the call. So now bring it to 1-2. Ironman still ahead. Still could put him away for out number 1. Bolt back in there. Waves the bat a couple times. Now rested on the shoulder. Here's the 1-2. This one grounded weakly again, and that's going to get foul again. And Bolt just continuing to battle, will not go down easy, and will once again see another 2-strike pitch. I believe this is now the 4th or 5th that he has seen in a 2-strike count after the 1 ball and the numerous fouls. None of the fouls really have been hit hard, just weak ground balls that dribbled off to the left and right sides. Looking to put him away once again. Here comes Ironman's 1-2 pitch. It swung on a miss as he blew the heat by him. Finally puts away Bolt, and that's a big out number 1 for Ironman as he gets Bolt to go down swinging. Lumley stays out at second base now with 1 out here into the first. So Ironman, despite giving up the 2 hits, records his first strikeout of the game, and now a shot to retire Weatherly and really give himself a chance to get out of this first. Only 1 run allowed. Weatherly, the catcher, bats from the right side. Got him batting clean up tonight. We'll see him behind the dish in just a few moments when Mulholland takes the mound for the Crush, and the Renegades come to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. Ironman checks Nolf, who shades towards the second base bag. Now first pitch is fouled off to Weatherly, so he's behind now, no balls and a strike. Lumley dancing off the bag at second a little bit, not drawing a ton of attention. Nolf before Ironman even steps on the mound, basically a step or 2 away from the bag, but right before Ironman pitches, moves back a little closer to the normal second base position. Ironman staring back at the runner, now turns and delivers the pitch. 0-1, bends out of there. Runner's going to go to third. The throw is 1 hopped, and that's going to get into left field, and that's going to allow Lumley to come home and score. Looked like they may have had a chance at Lumley if Herschler could have thrown a strike down to third, but not only was it short hops, but it got past the glove of Shreves, and that's into left field, and it's now 2-0 in favor of the Crush. That'll go down to a stolen base and a throwing error, and that'll make it 2-0. Pitch was also a ball, so now it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Weatherly. Ironman with no one on, now back into the windup. This pitch bends out of the zone, so now 2 balls and a strike. So first 2 hitters in this Crush lineup now in to score in Miller and Lumley. Both were struck out, and that's where we currently stand in the top of the first inning. 2-1 pitch coming to Weatherly. Ironman's delivery doesn't even make it to home plate, skips in there and goes to the backstops. Now it's 3 balls and a strike on Weatherly. Ironman struggling with the command here. 4 batters into this one. Ironman almost immediately had to go into the stretch with runners on base. Now back into the windup with nobody on, but 2 runs already in. And here is the 3-1 to Weatherly. This one in the air to center, hit pretty well to center. Wagner going back, now turns the body at the wall, and that ball is off the wall for extra bases. Wagner on a hop, plays it and gets it back in, but in standing at second base is Weatherly, and the Crush are crushing the baseball here. 4 batters into this one. That's the second extra base hit, and a ball that got over the head of Wagner and off the wall, and another runner in scoring position for the Crush there. Knocking the cover off the baseball, just a couple hitters into this one, as Weatherly will now stand at second base. So Trey Mulholland has already been gifted 2 runs of support. He's the starting pitcher tonight and can help himself out if he were to drive in Weatherly, who's out at second base. Mulholland, the pitcher / DH tonight, just like we saw Ty Wilmsmeyer do about 2 weeks ago for this Renegade squad. Time, I believe, was called. Yep, it was, as Ironman was staring down the runner Weatherly at second base, and Mulholland called time, so we'll have to wait for the first pitch of this at bat. Brock Wendelant waits on deck. Will hit unless Renegades find a way to put together a double play here with 1 out, 2-0 ball game. And here comes the first pitch to Mulholland. This one skips in there off the chest protector of Herschler, but the runner Weatherly is going to stay put at second base. But now 1 ball and no strikes on Mulholland. Ironman has not had the best stuff here. 4 batters into this one. Did get the strikeout of Alec Bolt, but has allowed 3 hits already and trails 2-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. This one bends in there low again, and a good block by Herschler behind the plate. But now 2 balls and no strikes on Mulholland. Renegades play the defense pretty much straight up. Shreves and Ingarden on the left side, and then Nolf and Meslowski on the right side. They have Nolf pulled a little bit closer towards the bag at second base, but outside of that, everyone else playing in pretty normal spots. Weatherly, who's at second, just hit one off the wall for extra bases. This one pumped in there, a strike, and now 2-1 on Mulholland. Grayson Ironman, we've seen him in a relief role in multiple appearances this season, getting the start tonight in this exhibition matchup, and looks to retire his second out of the first. 2-1 pitch is low and outside, and that runs it to 3 balls and a strike on Trey Mulholland, the pitcher and DH tonight for Queen City. Just about 10 or 15 minutes into this one at Vivian Field here in Jefferson City. Renegades haven't even came to the plate yet. It's a 2-0 Crush lead. 3-1 pitch is a called strike as Mulholland was already out of the batter's box on his way to first. When the umpire raised the right arm, called that one on the outside corner, and that runs things full and a chance for Ironman to get out number 2 if he can fire one more strike in there against Mulholland. Ironman dangles the right arm about knee level and now brings it up into the glove once he's got the sign from Herschler. Checks the runner and the 3-2 pitch. This one is low. Not debatable call there, and that will allow a walk. First walk issued by Ironman, but the 4th base runner here in the first inning, now first and second with 1 out, is going to lead to a visit at the mound. Along with that, head coach Mike DeMuya is out and walking down towards the dugout, maybe speaking to see who they would potentially warm up in the bullpen. He's heading down there. While that happens, meeting on the mound with pitching coach catcher Joe Herschler and starting pitcher Grayson Ironman. This inning has gone single, double, strikeout, double walk, and has brought in 2 runs before the Renegades have even gotten a chance to come to the plate. Renegades stand at 13-16, split the doubleheader yesterday with Des Moines, had 3 straight wins before that, so their winners are 4 out of their last 5. Their next 2 games will not count in the record book before they really have to turn it on for about the last week and a half. They have 1 more doubleheader on the schedule. Everything else just 1 game, all starting at 7 p.m., both home and away. after tonight, Renegades only have 4 more home games, so don't miss one of those last 2 chances to come out and see us here at Vivian Field. First pitch hit in the air out to shallow center. It's actually going to stay on the infield. Nolf out, just a few steps into the grass, makes the catch, and that's a big out. Number 2 as Winlant swings at the first pitch and is retired via pop-up, and a big out for Ironman. Nolf just a few steps into the outfield grass, out behind second base, made the catch, and Winlant is retired. So now it'll be up to Gabe Falcone to keep this top of the first inning going for the Crush, the 7th hitter in this order, and steps in with 2 on and 2 out runners at first and second base. Ironman sets at the bump. Runners have decent leads, especially at first base. Mulholland's pretty far off the bag. This one snaps in there, broke off the off-speed to get the called strike. And now it's no balls and 1 strike to Gabe Falcone. Starts at shortstop tonight. Aaron Fisher waits on deck if this inning were to continue. And if it does, would mean either bases loaded or another run scoring for the Crush. 0-1 pitch to Falcone is just slowing off the outside corner. So now even at a ball and a strike. Ironman giving up 3 hits, a walk, and recorded 2 outs so far in this top of the first inning. Although did rebound nicely after the mound visit just a moment ago. Got the pop out of Winlant. Another 1-1 pitch. This one hit in the air to left. Going after it is Ott. Now camps under it, shading towards the line, and makes the catch head high for out number 3. And the top of the first is come to an end. So the Crush put up 2. Renegades, we'll see what they've got on the offensive side. We head to the bottom of the first. 2-0 Crush lead on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Renegades coming to the plate in the bottom of the first inning, already trailing as the Queen City Crush put up 2 runs in the first inning thanks to an RBI double that was laced down the left field line. That was down by Tanner Lumley, actually not the left field line. That one was laced into the left center field gap. And then coming in to score on a double off the wall, that led to 2 Queen City Crush runs. And that's where we currently stand with the Renegades coming to the dish. And it'll be someone we saw hit last inning for the Crush taking the mound for Queen City. It is Trey Mulholland who hit and walked in the first inning and now gets the chance to start on the mound for Queen City. We'll see what he's got as he fires in his last warm-up pitch to Witherly. Behind the dish, throw down to second base is a good one, although it doesn't count because it's just warm-up pitches. So hopefully if one happens in a real situation, it's airmailed into center field for the Renegades' sake. But regardless, it's time for the Renegades to get things going. They're going to need some runs, more than the 4 that they put up in 14 innings yesterday, most likely. They've already down 2-0, and we've still got 8 more innings to play after this. And it'll all get started with Cole Wagner. I think I'm ready to don him the walk king at this point. It seems just about every time he steps up, usually in the leadoff spot or number 2 spot for the Renegades, he is not swinging at anything that's not A perfect strike. First pitch misses low, no surprise there. So 1-0 to Cole Wagner. Imgarden and Lovich wait on deck and in the hole. I'll be due up this inning for the Renegades. Hopefully more if they can put some base runners on. 1-0 pitch coming to Wagner. Also misses low. Doesn't even flinch at that one. So now 2 balls and no strikes. Around the infield, we've got Bolt, Shoulders, Falcone, and Wenland. That's from right to left, from first to third. 2-0 pitch coming to Wagner is outside. Nowhere close. Now 3 balls and no strikes. No surprise, ladies and gentlemen, Cole Wagner is ahead in the count and would not expect a swing here 3-0 unless it is just a perfect pitch. Mulholland looks in for the sign, now goes into his windup. 3-0 pitch is in there, a called strike on the outer part of the plate, but a strike nonetheless. Wagner, no intention of swinging at that one, and now it is a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Here it comes to Wagner. This one also in there, called strike, and Mulholland has bounced back to throw back-to-back strikes and run it to a full count. He's already ready to go before Wagner steps back in and never even left the mound. Now goes into the windup. 3-2 pitch is up and away. Couldn't find the handle on the off speed, and Wagner has walked to get this game going. Won't expect anything else. And now a base runner for the Renegades with no one out here in the top of the first. Renegades will go with 3 straight left-handed hitters at the top of the lineup facing the righty and Mulholland. That's Wagner, Imgarden, and Lovich, all who hit from the left side. Then they'll go righty all the way down the rest of the lineup. But before we get to that point, number 2 hitter Andrew Imgarden just joined the team a little over a week ago. Steps in, already a chance to hit with a runner on base. That's Wagner at first. He's got a pretty decent lead as he's held on by Bolt. We'll see if they put him in motion. First pitch to Imgarden is grounded to first. Down to a need to get it as the first baseman. Bolt skips the throw to second, but fielded on a hop nicely by Falcone in order to get the force out. That was a nice play as Bolt barely got that ball 2/3 of the way to second base. But playing it on a hop to get the fielder's choice out was Falcone. And although Imgarden reaches, 1 out recorded for the Crush. Probably we're never going to turn 2 there, even with a good throw made by Bolt at first base. But regardless, could have led to an error and 2 runners on if not for the perfect pick by Falcone. So they get Wagner at second, now Imgarden on at first. They trade spots, and Ross Lovich steps in with 1 out, 1 on. First pitch to him. This hit to deep left center field. Both outfielders after it, but no one going to catch it, and that's up against the wall for extra bases. Imgarden on his way to third. They're going to wave him around. Lovich to second. The throw gets away. Imgarden in standing, and that's an RBI double for Ross Lovich. No doubt about that one when it left the bat where it was headed, and it's now 2-1 for the Crush as Ross Lovich shows the opposite field power to drive in a run. Even before the throwing error, they were waving around Imgarden to score. I think he would have made it regardless, but throwing error left him to be in there easily standing, and Lovich now at second base with 1 out, tying run out there already as the Renegades have already got the bats working. So Carter Goring, the star of last night's game, on the mound. First pitch to him is outside, blocked nicely behind the plate by Weatherly. So now 1 ball and no strikes on Goring. Imgarden in to score. Lovich now at second base, and a hit likely ties this ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. Gets Trey Mulholland and the Crush. 1-0 pitch coming to Goring is just on the outside corner now. A ball and a strike. Goring bats cleanup and DHs tonight. As I said, took the mound last night, went the full 7, and struck out double digits. He struck out 12 in his complete game 1-run performance, his 3rd start of the season. 1-1 pitch coming to him is hit in the air on the infield, popped up. Bolt off his first base position, makes the catch as Lovich stays put at second base, and that's a pop out for out number 2. So Goring unable to move Lovich over or bring him in. So it'll be up to Colby Ott if the Renegades want to at the very least tie this game up in the first inning. Ott getting a chance to play left field tonight. He made a couple of great plays on defense last night, and now they're going to give him a shot to play a corner outfield spot. Don't know if that's something that he's done in school, but the first time certainly that he's done it this summer. I'd have to see if he's ever played outfield at Jefferson College, but getting the chance here to do it tonight. Mulholland checks the runner. Lovich at second. First pitch to Ott is low and outside, just off the corner. So now 1 ball and no strikes. Recent All-Star selection, Colin Shreves waits on deck. He'll be heading to Clarinda tomorrow. And maybe a chance to hit here if Ott can continue this bottom of the first inning. 1-0 pitch to him is up and in. Ott having to bend out of the way of that one. Did not hit him, but it's a ball. So now 2 balls, no strikes on Colby Ott, number 5 hitter. This inning's gone walk, fielder's choice, RBI double by Lovich, and then pop out by Gorling, and that makes it a 2-1 ball game. 2-1 in favor of the Crush. 2-0 coming to Ott is hit in the air out to right. Right fielder Fisher only had to move a couple steps back, camps under it, and makes the catch for out number 3 to end the inning. But the Renegades have cut the lead in half thanks to Ross Lovich in the opposite field power. Splits the gap in left center and off the wall, makes it a 2-1 ball game. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Renegade trail by 1, and we'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers. With some of the most advanced technologies on the market, anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie!
MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
Renegades fresh off of scoring 1 run in the bottom of the first inning. Now will take the mound and the field, looking to keep this at just a 1-run deficit. They trail 2-1 thanks to an RBI double by Tanner Lumley in the first, and then Lumley then stole third and scored on a throwing error to make it 2-0. Weatherly also had a double in that inning, but only 1 RBI due to the throwing error by the Renegades. So that's how they scored their 2 runs. Ross Lovich drove in Andrew Imgarn all the way from first to make it 2-1. First pitch delivered from Ironman to Aaron Fisher is in there, called strike. Now 0-1 on the right fielder for Queen City. Want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm Ben Schmitz, bringing you tonight's exclusive Renegades coverage from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth as the 0-1 is snapped in there. A beautiful off-speed pitch makes it 0-2. Want to remind everyone to go riding with Doc and Norm Direct, Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. They do it all. As Ironman is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes on Fisher. Looking to put him away for out number 1 in the second. And time is going to be called. Doc and Norm Direct is also the official transportation provider of the Renegades, getting us to all our road games safely, efficiently, and in style. 0-2 pitch from Ironman is going to be up and in. That's called a ball, so 1-2 now on Fisher. To book your spot for your next adventure, call Doc and Norm at 573-256-1991 or email reservations at moexpress.com. Ironman looking to retire the bottom part of this order, 8, 9, and 10. And yes, you heard that correctly. There will be 10 hitters for the Renegades. Excuse me, not the Renegades, for the Crush. They're going with the extra hitter, basically 2 DHs in the lineup for this exhibition matchup. Time was called. So now back on the bump is Ironman. We'll do the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to Fisher. It is low and inside, bounces in there, and that runs it even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just about 30 minutes into this one was a slow-moving first inning because both teams put multiple runners on base. Renegades had 3 different reach, although one of them came on a fielder's choice, so that doesn't really count. But regardless, they scored a run. Crush sent 7 batters to the plate, scored 2, and had another 2 reach. So it was a long first. believe Aaron Fisher ended up being walked on that play. I guess I was reading the scoreboard wrong because I thought it was still 2-2. And now the pickoff throw goes awry at first base. That's into right center field. Fisher's going to make the turn and try and go all the way to third. And on the errant pickoff throw, he is in there with a head first dive. Throw now gets away again. Fisher's going to come home. And without even having to do a whole lot on two pickoff throws that go wide, Aaron Fisher comes all the way around from first base. And the Crush take that run right back and make it 3-1. And it's back-to-back throwing errors by the Renegades, and Fisher comes all the way around to score. So Fisher reached on a walk, made his way from first to third on the first throwing error, and then came in to score on a second throwing error. First by the pitcher Iman, and second by the first baseman Maslowski. Not a great showing there of defense. So now it's 3-1, nobody out in this top of the second inning. Jaden Tarbett is in. First pitch to him, missed for a ball, so 1-0. Crush have now scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Renegades put up 1 in the first. Ironman looking to get back into a groove after the walk and then multiple throwing errors. So Tarbett in, a 1-0 pitch coming to him. This one hit out to left, sinking fast. That's going to get down for a base hit. And the extra hitter, Tarbett, is on with a single as ball kicks away from Ott, but not enough to allow Tarbett to advance. But that's the 4th hit of the game already and just over an inning for the Crush. So 1 on, 1 in already. We're in the top of the second inning. And now the number 10 hitter, Ryan Shoulders, will step in with Tarbett down at first base, and a whole lot of yelling coming from that Crush dugout. They're getting into this thing because they have been red hot on offense to start this game. So Shoulders, first pitch coming to him, runner off of first base. Maslowski holds him on, and this pitch is off the outside corner. So now 1 ball and no strikes on Shoulders. Ironman looking to retire the first batter of the second inning. This is his 3rd hitter. 1-0 pitch is hit in the air on the infield, maybe even shallow left. Shortstop Imgarn a couple steps into the grass, now comes back in to make the catch, and that's a pop-up for out number 1. Ironman gets Shoulders on the pop-up to the shortstop. So now 1 out and 1 on base. That's still Tarbett at first, and now we'll go back to the top of the lineup, and Isaac Miller, who singled, stole second, and then scored on the RBI double by Lumley in the first. Ironman just now retiring the first batter of the second inning. And now we go back to the top in Miller, who's 1 for 1. Runner Tarbett at first base. Maslowski holds him on. Not a big lead. And here comes the first pitch. Bunt is shown, pulled back, and that's by outside for a ball. Now 1-0 on Miller. Ironman having to keep that runner at first base close. Pitching out of the stretch now. Based on the lead that Tarbett has done at first base, don't expect him to go here, although I could be wrong, but it's not a big lead. 1-0 pitch is in there, a called strike. That evens things up at 1-1. Tanner Lumley waits on deck, bolt in the hole. If either of the two of them can reach and keep this top of the second inning going, Renegades now trailing it by a score of 3-1. Back into the box now is Miller. Ironman glances once, now twice to first, and will pitch the ball. It's going to bend out of the zone low, so now 2 balls and a strike. Ironman having a problem falling behind hitters early on in this one. Has not been ahead in a whole lot of counts. He's fallen behind now to every single hitter here in the second. He's faced so far. This one grounded to third. Shreves on a couple hops. It kicks off the glove, and everybody's going to be safe. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Shreves, and the inning continues with now 2 runners on and 1 out. It was a 1-hopper to Shreves at third, and it just kicked off the glove to the left. And by the time Imgarden corralled it off the ricochet, everyone easily safe. That'll go down as an E5. On the play, Tarbett also moved up to second. It looked like Shreves, before he maybe even had the ball, was already starting to look to second to potentially start up and around the horn double play. And now it'll be Tarbett at second and Miller at first for Tanner Lumley, who ripped an RBI double into the left center field gap, scoring 1 run in the first inning, then stole third and scored on a throwing error. Ironman checks the runner at second. Now will deliver the first pitch to Lumley. This one a called strike at the knees. That's a perfect pitch. Not a whole lot Lumley was going to do with that one. And it's now 0-1. Ironman long look into the catcher. Herschler still looking in. They haven't been able to get on the same page. Now finally have one they like. Ironman straightens up and will fire home the 0-1. This one skips in there, and that's going to go all the way to the backstop, and both runners will advance. Tarbett up to third base, Miller up to second, and now 2 more in scoring position for the Crush, and a base hit can make this a 5-1 ball game. Not a good hitter to do this against either, as Lumley showed his gap of power in his first at bat, and now if he puts one in outfield grass could do even more damage, give him RBIs potentially 2 and 3, 1-1 coming from Ironman. This one again to the backstop, and both runners going to advance again, and a run will score for the Crush as Tarbert comes in on the wild pitch. That's another run for the Crush, and it is now 4-1. So back-to-back wild pitches take Miller and Tarbett all the way from first and second to 1 run and a runner on third. It's now 4-1, and Miller at third base, still only 1 out. And a 2-1 count coming to Tanner Lumley. So back to the windup as the runner only on third base. 2-1 pitch is grounded in the hole to the left side. Shreves can't get it. It kicks off the glove, and he's going to be safe at first base. Runner did not go as it was hit to the left side, so Miller stays at third, but Lumley will reach. Even if he gloves that one, I don't know if he has a play. So we'll see if that's ruled as an error or a single. They are going to rule that an infield single for Lumley, so he's now 2 for 2. Got the single and the double working, and now first and third still with 1 out. Could dial up a double play and get out of this one, but he's gonna have to do it against Alec Bolt. Ironman struck him out to get his first out in the first inning. First pitch to him is in there, a called strike. Now 0-1 on the first baseman for the Crush. Interesting decision there, even though it was hit to third. Shreves was moving to his left and pretty much into the hole between shortstop and third, but the runner stayed put at third base. This 0-1 is also pumped in there now. Ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Bolt. Miller at third, Lumley at first base. And this is the 6th batter to come to the plate this inning for the Crush. 2 already in and 2 more on base. Decent lead for Lumley at first. He stole a base in the first inning. 0-2 pitch coming is swung on to third, and that's going to get foul off to the left side. Over near the Renegades dugout, kicks off it and goes down the left field line in foul territory. So we'll do the no ball, 2-strike pitch once again. Nathan Weatherly, who doubled, waits on deck. Ironman need here of out number 1 is 4 out of 5 have reached. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of help on defense though. 0-2 pitch coming to Bolt, swung on a missed, and he gets him to go down on strikes for the second time in 2 innings. Ironman bounces back to get the swinging K, and now needs just 1 more to get through his second inning of work. So are we up to Nathan Weatherly if he wants to keep this top of the second inning going for the Queen City Crush? Could extend their lead after it's already 4-1 here in the second. Steps in after hitting a double off the wall in center field in the first, a ball that turned around the center fielder Cole Wagner and kind of just took an awkward attempt at it and then ended up getting over his head and off the wall. So now it is at bat number 2, looking to make it a 2-for-2 day at the yard. The runners take their leads. First pitch to Weatherly in there, a strike. And Ironman has bounced back, seems to have found the strike zone, has thrown 5 straight strikes now. Looking to make it number 6 here in a moment in an 0-1 count to Weatherly. Lumley, who had an infield singles at first base, and Miller, who reached on a error, is at third. 0-1 pitch on the way to Weatherly. This one low and away. So even things up at a ball and a strike. Trey Mulholland, the starting pitcher, and DH tonight, is the hitter on deck. He would either bat in a bases loaded situation or come up if the Crush can add on another run or more. 1-1 pitch coming is grounded off to the left side. That's fouling out of play. And now Ironman a strike away from getting through this second inning. So Weatherly 1 for 1, but Ironman's got him in a 1-2 count here and could get out of the second inning if Ironman can put 1 more strike in there. Checks the runner off of first base. That's Lumley. Now rocks the leg. Runner going. It's outside. Goes to the backstop, but it takes a good ricochet, and Miller will have to stay put at third base. But Lumley has second base stolen and could potentially score 2 more runs if Weatherly could single him in. It was ball way outside, so that'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lumley was off and running on the play, got a pretty good jump. Don't know if they would have even thrown down with the runner on third. But it took a perfect ricochet for the Renegades, and Although Miller started to come home, quickly slammed on the brakes when he saw it come right back to Hirschler. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Ironman into the windup. The 2-2 is swung on a miss. Hirschler's got it, and they're going to say he caught it on the fly, not a drop third strike, and that will end the inning with back-to-back strikeouts for Ironman. But not before the Crush put up 2 more runs, so we'll head to the bottom of the second inning. They lead this one 4-1 on the Show Me Sports Network.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
Bottom of the second inning now on the Show Me Sports Network. Renegades going to have to play some comeback baseball if they want to work their way back into this one. Looks like we may see a new pitcher out for the Renegades when they take the mound next inning. They'll have to bat first, but it looks like Jackson Lovich is warming up down in the bullpen for the Renegades. So it may mean the end of the evening for Ironman. We will see. Maybe depends on if they can put up some runs here and make this a ball game. It will be the bottom part of the order, 6, 7, 8 for the Renegades, facing Trey Mulholland out there for the second inning of work. Allowed 1 run on a Ross Lovich RBI double in the first, and now will face Shreves, Hirschler, and Maslowski. First pitch to Shreves, inside ball 1. Shreves just recently selected the All-Star game tomorrow. Plays a lot of third base for the Renegades. Also has pitched a couple times. 1-0 coming to him is going to be a called strike. Might have even swung the bat. It was a check swing attempt. Regardless, it's strike 1, so 1-1 now on Shreves. Shreves, right-handed batter, facing the right-handed pitcher, Mulholland. 1-1 is off the inside corner. That makes it 2 balls and a strike. Every half inning has had at least 1 run cross the plate so far. When the bottom of the second inning, it is 4-1 in favor of the Crush. This one grounded to third, and it gets past the glove of the third baseman, Wendland, and that'll kick into left field for a base hit. And that's another leadoff base hit for the Renegades. They've got one on to get the second inning going. So Shreves now at first base. Hit that one pretty hard and deep into the hole. Might have had to play at first base, but regardless, would have been a long throw on a cross over to first. So now Joe Hirschler will step in with Shreves off of first base. They have Bolt hold him on. Not a big lead for Shreves down there at first. The pitch to Hirschler, ground to the right side, and nobody's home, and that's into right field. Shreves will move on up to second base, and that's back-to-back hits for the Renegades. They've got something cooking here in the bottom of the second inning. That was perfect ball placement by the righty catcher for the Renegades, as even if they don't have the first baseman Bolt on the bag, that still probably gets through, but with Bolt on the first baseman's bag, there was really no one on that side. And there was no doubt where that one was heading off the bat. So now runners at first and second. Shreves at second. Hirschler at first base. And Levi Maslowski, the number 8 hitter and first baseman, will step in an RBI opportunity. Put one over the wall, and we're tied at 4. Mulholland in the stretch, checks the runner, and here's the first pitch to Meslowski. It finds the outside corner. That's a strike now, 0-1. Ian Nolf, the second baseman, waits on deck. They have the second baseman's shoulder shading towards the second base bag. He's pretty close to that thing, only a step or two away. He was flashing the glove like he wanted Mulholland to throw to him. 0-1 pitch is in there, a called strike, and now quickly ahead. Maslowski's fallen behind in an 0-2 count. At the very least, you'd like to see him put the ball in play and move 2 up into scoring position, but it's going to take some 2-out magic. Looks like time's going to be called, but now Maslowski took a quick step out, is back into the box. Mulholland straightens up after getting the sign from Weatherly. Checks the runner at second, checks him twice. And now here comes the 0-2 pitch. It is bounced in there, just off the catcher, but not far enough, and runners will have to stay put. Kicked off the catcher, Weatherly out in front of home plate, off to the right a little bit, but not too far, and probably a good decision as catcher Weatherly was staring down trees all the way. Likely would have had to play at him at third base. So now we'll do the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Runner Hirschler is not held on at first. 1-2 is just off the inside corner. Good take there by Meslowski, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. They have Bolt not holding on Hirschler, so he's got a pretty big lead out there. If one's hitting a gap, he'd probably score him all the way from first. 2-2 pitch is hit in the air out to center, hit high in the air, but playable for Lumley. He now shapes up, steps under it, makes the catch. Shreves bluffed the tag, but did not go, as that ball is in on a hop to third base, and that's out number 1. Runners have to stay put. It was hit high in the air, but not deep into the outfield at all, as Lumley actually had to come in to make the catch, and that's out number 1. So now number 9 hitter looking to keep things going. This inning started with back-to-back singles by Shreves and Hirschler before Meslowski just flew out. Now Ian Nolf plays second base tonight, played first last night, and we'll see what he's got in that bat. Runner Hirschler at first, Shreves at second. Still room on the right side, but not as much with the first baseman off the bag. This one in the dirt. They're going to say that Nolf did not swing, so it's 1-0. Leadoff hitter Cole Wagner, and the walk king waits on deck. Let's see how many walks that Cole Wagner had coming into this one. If I can follow the line all the way over. Cole Wagner coming into this game had 21 walks. That'll make it 22 after his first at-bat. 1-0 pitch to Nolf is in the dirt, kicks away. Shreves is going to go to third, and he's in there standing. And now a runner 90 feet away for the Renegades as Shreves with the heads-up base running as that kicked away down the first base line. Makes it 2-0. Hirschler stayed at first, but now runners at the corners and a 2-0 count for Ian Nolf. Yeah, Wagner now up to 22 walks. That is double the next closest in walks, who it's Jackson Lovich with 11. So I don't think it's an understatement to name him the walk king of at least this team, maybe even the whole league. 2-0 pitch is hit high in the air off to the left side, but I think that's going to get out of play. It will over by the stands. Actually lands on top of the Renegades dugout. Makes it a 2-1 count on Nolf. As long as he doesn't hit it right on the ground at an infielder, any ball in play would make this a 4-2 ball game. And now with the runner no longer on second, they do have Bolt hold on the runner Hirschler at first, so his lead much smaller than it was just a minute ago, but much more room to work with on the right side for Nolf. 2-1 pitch is in there, called strike, and now he gets things up at 2-2. Nolf is going to have to battle here in a 2-strike count. He can reach. We'll go back to the top, and Wagner followed by Imgarten. Renegades show this one 4-1 in the bottom of the second. 2-2 pitch is low and away. Good take there by Nolf, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So facing the DH and starting pitcher Trey Mulholland, Renegades have already got him for 1 run. They have another standing at third base and a third at first. 3-2 count coming. 1 out to Nolf. And here's the pitch. It is at the knees, called strike 3. And Nolf didn't take the bat off his shoulder. He's going to be rung up on a backwards K for out number 2 of the inning. And it's going to take a 2-out knock to get in a run here in the second inning. So first 2 reached back-to-back outs. Have runners at first and third in Shreves and Hirschler, and it'll be up to Cole Wagner, who walked and was out on a fielder's choice in the first inning, to come through here in the second. So lefty hitter and center fielder steps into the box facing the righty Mulholland, wasting no time. and will now deliver the first pitch to Wagner. This one in the air, foul, out of play off to the left side. So now 0-1 on Wagner. Wagner is hitting .204, played in 17 games for the Renegades. He's got 10 hits and now 22 walks, so an on base at .451. That's one of the best on base percentages of the team. This one in there, hey, called strikes now very quickly. 0-2 on Wagner. Mulholland not messing around here, not willing to fall behind to a guy that is very selective at the plate. Wagner in, Hunter Herschel at first, Shreves at third, and here's Mulholland's 0-2 pitch coming to Wagner. It bends in there, but not in enough, and that just misses to make things 1-2. One with the curveball there and just missed up and away, despite Weatherly's best efforts back there to bring it in for strike 3. And now it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wagner. Herschel dancing off first. The pitch is low. It's blocked. Everyone will stay put, but now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Wagner. Imgarden waits on deck. He reached on the fielder's choice in the first and came all the way around to score from first on Ross Lovich's RBI double. Scored the 1 run that the Renegades have. A chance for more if Wagner can deliver. 2-2 count. The pitch is grounded out to second base. First baseman dove at it, but it goes to the second baseman. The feed to the pitch recovering and is just in time to get Wagner, as Shoulders barely got the feed there in time to retire Wagner for out number 3. So the Renegades put a couple on, but can push one across. So we'll head to the 3rd inning. Crush lead this one 4-1. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Serving the capital city and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions, as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Crush coming to bat here in the top of the 3rd inning, as while they come to bats, I want to tell you about Walk-Off Wood Bat Company, handcrafted right here in Missouri. Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com. Stepping in to lead this inning off is the pitcher and DH, Trey Mulholland, who looks at a strike here. First pitch was a ball, so it's now 1-1 on Mulholland. New pitcher into the game as well. Wyatt Fisher is taking over here in the 3rd. So Ironman done after 2 innings. 1-1 pitch coming to Mulholland is going to bend just low, now 2-1. So final line for Ironman. 2 innings, struck out 3, walked 1, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned, though, across his couple trips to the mound. So it'll be up to Fisher now to bridge the gap to the middle innings. Misses up here, and it's now 3-1 on Mulholland. Fisher will face Mulholland, then Wenlet and Falcone. Fisher will come to the plate if any of them can reach. And Mulholland a chance to do that here, ahead 3 balls and 1 strikes against the new Renegades right-hander. This one snaps in there. That was the curveball he was looking for, and that makes it a full count on the first hitter of this inning. Renegades trail this one 4-1 in the third. They've put multiple runners on in each inning, but have only been able to push one across. Fisher straightens up, and here's the 3-2. It is just low and outside. Herschler tried to steal that one for strike 3, but didn't get the call. It was low, and that's going to be a leadoff walk. Leadoff hitters have reached in all 3 innings so far for the Crush. And both of those innings, too, the leadoff hitter came around to score. Hopefully Fisher can break that trend here in the 3rd inning. Renegades stand at 13-16. This game does not count for their record. They will next play a meaningful game in the Mink League standings on Wednesday, a doubleheader in Nevada. We'll have that for you here. First pitch coming, hit in the air, fouled on the right field line, as Wendlandt was way out in front of that one, and he fouls it off for strike 1. Wendlandt popped out to the second baseman for the second out of the first inning. Harmon had let 2 straight batters reach at the time, but then came back to get Wendlandt. Looked like we do have a pinch runner down there at first base. Didn't see who it was. Would guess it's just because they're able to run for the pitcher. 0-1 pitch coming to Wendlandt is way upstairs. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks to be number 15 out there, who's the pinch runner down at first base. 15 is Josh Buxton, pinch runner at first. This one just misses low and inside. That makes it 2 balls and 1 strikes on Wendlandt. So Buxton at first base would assume that that doesn't mean the end of the line for Mulholland. Would assume we'd still see him back out there on the mound. 2-1 pitch. This one misses up and away. And that makes it 3-1. Did miss by much, but couldn't get the call there, and it's now 3 balls and a strike. Nobody out, 1 on, just underway in this top of the 3rd inning. Renegades trail 4-1. Buxton at first base, and the 3-1 pitch is at the knees. That one looked to be farther off the plate than the previous one, but this one gets the call, and it's now going to be run to a full count. Back-to-back full counts by Fisher to his first 2 batters. Let's see if he can change the result this time and get out number 1. Buxton at first base. He is not running. 3-2 pitch is ripped to right. That's down for a base hit, and that's going to go towards right fielder Lovich. Making the turn and heading to third is Buxton. Lovich's throw on a couple hops just late, as basically belly flopping onto the third base bag was Buxton. Kind of an awkward slide, but he was in there safely, and that's going to be a back-to-back base runners reaching, and first and third now with nobody out for the Crusher in the 3rd. Pretty good speed there with Buxton. Pretty makes you see why they pinch ran there, and he makes it all the way to third base on the single. So now runners at first and third. It's Wendlandt who just singled at first, and Buxton now at third. It'll be up to Gabe Falcone to try and drive them in. Flew out to left to end the first. First pitch to him is upstairs. Now 1 ball and no strike on Falcone. Fisher waits on deck. They have Maslowski hold the runner Wendlandt on at first base. Shreves plays off the third base bag, so Bucks in a pretty decent lead over there into foul territory. This one bends in, and that's a called strike, and it's now 1-1 on the right, the shortstop for the Crush. Back into the box now, righty-righty matchup, Fisher versus Falcone. This one swung on a miss. He was late on that one, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Fisher now once again has got a 2-strike count on a hitter this inning, but has yet to have been able to retire the first 2. Now looking to get Falcone back into the box now. Wyatt Fisher's delivery is swung on, grounded to short. Imgard on a couple hops, goes to second for 1. Noel Stowe to first, skips in there, and it is not in time to get the double play, but they do get an out. Run also scores. Buxton coming in on the fielder's choice. So even with the strong throw, don't know if they get the double play. At the very least, it's a fielder's choice to get out number 1. But credit Falcone with an RBI, and it's now 5-1 in favor of the Crush. So Wendlandt was out at second base as shortstop Ingard went to Nolf at second. But the return throw was into first on a couple of skips, took some velo off it. And it's now first pitch foul ball off the backstop to Fisher. He reached on a walk and then came in to score all the way from first on back-to-back throwing errors by the Renegades. was a wild play where the error on the throw to first led him to go to third, and then when throwing to third, it made it its way into left field, and he came all the way in to score. So 0-1 now to Fisher is in there, snapped off the curveball, and it's now no balls, 2 strikes on Fisher. Falcone, who just reached on a fielder's choice and drove in a run, is at first. 0-2 pitch now coming. This one is grounded weakly to short. Imgarn on a couple hops to Nolf at second for 1. The throw to first is not going to be in time. I don't know about that call. That looked surely to be a double play, and the infield umpire ruled him safe. And that's going to allow the inning to continue on back-to-back fielders' choices. So Fisher reaches, and Falcone is out at second base. Maslowski immediately came off the bag as if to say, we got him there, but no change in that call, and this inning will continue after they rule Fisher safe at first. So now stepping in, the extra hitter in number 9 spot in the order is Jaden Torbett. That's now with Fisher off of first. Maslowski holds him on. This pitch is in there, strike at the knees, and it's now 0-1. This inning has gone walk, single, fielder's choice. Run in to make it 5-1 in favor of the Crush. Fisher just into the game, 0-1, runners going, it's low, the throw to second on a couple hops, and that's going to get by and into center field, and now up on his way to third is Fisher, and he's in there with a slide. Runner now at third base with 2 outs, ball. So that'll go down as a stolen base and then a throwing error, allowing Fisher to move up to third base. Renegades have not been clean defensively. That's already been multiple errors for them in just the 3 innings. They've made an error in each inning so far. 1-1 pitch is in there, called strike, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tarbett. Renegades going to have major work to do when they come to the plate, trailing 5-1. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Chasing that one low was Tarbett, and he is retired for out number 3. But the Crush once again put one on the scoreboard, and they lead this one 5-1. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Work to do for the Renegades at the plate as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Thanks everyone for listening on the Show Me Sports Network. It's been a lot of fun so far, despite the Renegades currently being on the short end of the stick. But plenty of time. They've still got 7 more trips to the plate to try and come back in this one. It'll start with the top of the lineup. It'll be Imgarden, Roslovich, and Gorling, 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. As Renegades put multiple on in every inning, but so far only 1 run. We'll see if a couple guys who are very involved with that 1 run can get things going here in the 3rd. So Imgarden, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored on the Roslovich RBI double, is in to start this 3rd inning. Trey Mulholland, who reached and then was pinch ran for at first base. First pitch to Imgarden is low and inside, just missed off the inside corner. Now 1-0 to the Renegade shortstop. made a couple plays that wound up being fielder's choices in the top half of this inning. 1-0 pitch to him is fouled off to the left side, out of play, and now 1-1. M. Garden just under 2 weeks into his tenure here with the Renegades has already made a difference enough to be elevated into the top portion of this lineup. 1-1 pitch coming to him is off the outside part of the plate, and now 2 balls and a strike. Lovich, who had the RBI double, waits on deck. Gorling to follow, and Ott will come to the plate if any Renegade can reach here in the third. 5-1 score. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fouled straight back off the net, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. Garden, the lefty hitter, facing the righty in Mulholland. He's pitched 2 innings, hasn't struck out a batter. He's walked 1 to go with 3 hits given up and the 1 run allowed. Renegades already into their bullpen. They've used Ironman and Fisher to cover the first 3 innings. 2-2 pitch to him. Garden is popped up foul out of play. That gets over all of us, and we'll do the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch once again. Catcher Weatherly couldn't find where that one ended up, as it didn't even stay in play, made its way out of the ballpark. So back into the box now is M. Garden, looking to lead off this top of the third to get some runners on base. This pitch misses up, and it's now run full to M. Garden as Mulholland couldn't find the handle on that curveball, and it missed way up, couldn't make its way back down into the zone. So it's now a full count. M. Garden back into the box. Mulholland was waiting for him on the mound. Looks into his catcher Weatherly, and now will step off. They couldn't get on the same page. M. Garden 0 for 1, but does have a run scored. Here's the 3-2 pitch to him. It is fouled straight back, and we'll do it again as he hit that off the net just in front of us. Carter Gorling out of the dugout to retrieve that foul ball. We're in the top part of this Renegades lineup here in the bottom of the third, 2, 3, 4 in the order. Into the windup now. The 3-2 pitch to M. Garden once again is low and away, and M. Garden's got a leadoff walk here to get this third inning going. The second walk issued by Mulholland. Really good at bat there for M. Garden. Was patient, fouled off pitches and 2 strike counts, and then didn't chase her on a 3-2 pitch, and now gets rewarded with a trip to first base. And now Ross Lovich, who drove him in, steps into the batter's box. Renegades team leader in home runs with 3 of them. Blessed 2 of those out here in the same game. That was in Joplin just about a week or so into the season. Now steps in with a chance to help lead a Renegades rally. Their trail 5-1 in the bottom of the third. First pitch to him is low, skips in there. M. Garden will stay put at first base. Now 1-0 on Lovich. Lovich came into this game hitting 164. That hit is 10th of the season in the first. Will certainly raise that average. University of Missouri product bats from the left side. Throw over to first, and M. Garden is back in there safely with a dive. And then we'll do the 1-0 pitch in just a moment. Lovich now back into the box. Throw over again. M. Garden back in a dive, and he got back just in time. Didn't beat that throw to first by much. Had to dive back in head first. Back-to-back pickoff attempts. Second one much, much closer. So Lovich back into the box. They have the third baseman Lenland pretty much in on the edge of the grass. Pitch to Lovich. Comes in, and that's going to hit him, and that's going to put another runner on for the Renegades as Lovich has now reached base both times tonight. Looked like Mulholland was trying to work him inside, just came too far inside, and Lovich was in no hurry to get out of the way. Basically took that one and will take the free pass down to first. And now the Renegades have 2 on with nobody out despite having 0 hits here in the third. They put the first 2 on for back-to-back innings. So now the DH and cleanup hitter, Carter Gorling, steps in. If he puts one in the gap, could make this a 5-3 ball game. First pitch to Gorling is in there, a called strike. That makes it 0-1. Gorling popped out to the first baseman, his first trip to the plate in the first. Now bats with good speed out there on both first and second in Lovich and M. Garden. Check the runner at second. Checks him twice now. Mulholland will kick the leg and deal the 0-1. This one going inside, and it's now even at a ball and a strike on Gorling. Colby Ott, tonight's left fielder, sporting the stirrups as usual, waits on deck. Gorling also rocking the stirrups. Not a whole lot have been brave enough to don those, but Gorling and Ott, 2 of the Renegades players that have. 1-1 pitch coming to Gorling is low. Barely made its way above home plate, and it's now 2-1 on the Renegades DH. DH starting pitcher, first baseman. Those are some of the positions we've seen Gorling at this year. back into the box now. Straightening up is the pitcher Muhammad. He'll set at the belt, check the runner, and deal the 2-1 to Goring. It is in there, a called strike. Goring started to take the bat off his shoulder, then decided to hold up, but it was a called strike. Anyways, now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, they don't hold the runner. Lovich on at first base. Goring, you'd like to see him at the very least advance the runners up to second and third. And here comes the 2-2 pitch to Goring. It is inside, way inside, and that runs at full 3-2. A walk here at a low to the bases. Nobody out in this bottom of the third inning. Renegades trail 5-1 in this Saturday night exhibition matchup before the All-Star game tomorrow in Clarinda. We're just there about a week ago. 3-2 pitch now coming to Goring. Here's the delivery. It is hit in the air to right. It's sinking fast. This ball is going to get down for a base hit. Imgarn on his way to third. They're going to hold him there as he throw in on a couple of hops to the catcher. Now kicks away, but good backing up by the pitcher Muhammad, and everyone stays put at their bases. It was hit shallow, but just the thought of it being caught had to leave Imgarn holding up at second. So he doesn't score, but he moves up to third, and now bases loaded thanks to the single to right field by Goring, his first hit of the night. Biggest opportunity of the game. Only the third inning, but it's a big one. And Colby Ott will step in with the bases loaded. Emgarden walked. He's at third. Lovich was hit by a pitch. He's at second. And Carter Goring just singled to right. He's at first. Emgard had started to make the turnaround third, but then held up as the throw came in from the right fielder Fisher. And although it got away, there was good backup by the pitcher Muhammad, and it kept Emgarden at third. So ducks on the pond, runners everywhere. They have the infield in at the corners, both standing pretty much on the edge of the grass. Ott now in, bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch to him is swung on a miss. He was late on the fastball, now 0-1. Only the third inning, so still incredibly early in this one, but Ott is the tying run. Queen City has put up 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Renegades just 1 so far. That came in the first. Now bat here with the bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Ott. It is off the inside corner. That's a ball now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Colin Shreves, who singled to lead off the second, waits on deck. It has not been an easy night on the mound for either pitcher. Both Ironman, Fisher, and Muhammad have had to work hard. This one grounded to first. They're going to make the throw home. It's offline, and that gets away. That's going to lead to 1 run. Lovich now coming around from third. He scores, moving up to second and third are the runners Ott and Goring, and 2 runs have come in. It's 5-3, and the tying run now at second base thanks to the throwing error by Bolt. Emgarden and Lovich score on the play, and this is a brand new ball game. That'll go down as an E3, allows 2 runs to score, and that's a big one, as it surely would have been 1 out, maybe 2 if they executed perfectly. And Lovich with the heads-up base running coming all the way around to score from second base, and it's now a 5-3 ball game. So Renegades only have 1 hit, but have put all 4 on and make this a 5-3 ball game. Colin Shreves now stepping in. First pitch is upstairs, now 1-0 on Shreves. Pitch now coming to Shreves. The 1-0 is low. That makes it a ball. Now 2-0. Just got confirmation. There is 1 RBI given down the play to Ott, throwing error, allowing the second run to score. So Ott gets credit for 1 of the 2 that came in. 2-0 pitch to Shreves is up and in, and it's now 3-0. Muhammad and Daedrov loading the bases once again. So we've gone a walk, hit by pitch, single, fielder's choice. 2 runs in, and it's now a 5-3 ball game. Is a quick meeting at the mound here between Muhammad and Weatherly. Ott at second, Goring at third. 2 runs came in to score on Ott's fielder's choice. Only gets the RBI for 1 of them on the throwing error. That's what I was just talking to our Fisher scorer Tom about just a moment ago. He's been helping me out all 3 innings because we've had so many throwing errors. Renegades have made an error on defense each of the first 3 innings. And the Crush made a couple on that play alone. I think they also had 1 last inning. So not a whole lot of clean defense so far early in this one. But Shreves now back into the box. Runners at second and third. And here comes a 3-0. to Shreves. It is in there, a called strike at the knees. It's now 3-1. A single probably ties this game at 5 with the speed of Ott out at second base. Gorling's at third. And Renegades came into this inning trailing 5-1, have a chance now to knot it all the way back up. Check of the runner. Here's the 3-1 to Shreves. It is off the outside corner, and the bases are loaded once again for the Renegades and Hirschler, who's coming to the plate. Hirschler single to right. We could use one of those again right here. Would likely tie this game. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Only one hit so far in this inning for the Renegades, yet all 5 batters have reached, and they've made this now a 5-3 ball game. Crush still lead it, but a big opportunity here for Hirschler. Mulholland sets, kicks, and the first pitch just swung on a miss to Hirschler. He's now behind 0-1. Renegades catcher 1 for 1 on the night. He's got Shreves, who walked at first. Otter reached on a fielder's choice at second, and Gorling, who singled to right at third. Lowich and Imgarden have already scored this inning. Here comes the 0-1 to Hirschler. It's grounded to third on a couple hops. He's going to step on the bag for one, throw across the diamond on a couple hops. It is not in time as Hirschler beats it out, and a run scores in Gorling. It's now a 5-4 game, and the tying run still at second base with only one out now. So Hirschler just enough speed to beat that one out. Give him credit for the RBI. Ott is out at third base on the fielder's choice. But Gorling comes in to score, and it's now a 5-4 ball game thanks to 3 runs put on the board by the Renegades in this bottom of the third inning. So Shreves moves up to second on the play. Hirschler's at first, and Levi Maslowski flew out to center, steps in. Here's the first pitch. To him, swung on a miss. He was out in front of that one. It's now 0-1. Number 9 hitter Ian Nolf waits on deck. This has been a scoring fest so far. We're in the bottom of the third, and it's already 5-4. There's been a run scored in every half inning but one. That was the Renegades. In the bottom of the second, Mulholland checks the runner at second twice. That's Shreves, and then fires in a curveball for strike 2. So Maslowski now 0 for 1, falling behind 0-2. They don't hold the runner Hirschler on at first base. They have shoulders the second baseman shaded toward the bag to try and keep Shreves close. And now a big pitch coming to the Renegades first baseman. Check of the runner, and here's the 0-2. It is low and away, and that makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Jeff City first baseman. It's the 7th batter to come to the plate in this inning for the Renegades. Only 1 out, retired, and 3 runs in. A little bit longer look in by Mulholland, whether he puts down the signs. Now here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is swung on a miss as he blew the heat by him, and it's a big out, number 2. Gets the strikeout of Maslowski, the second strikeout of the game, and now Mulholland an out away from getting through this third inning. It'll be up to Ian Nolf, the 8th batter of this inning. If the Renegades won, at the very least, knot this game up, could potentially take the lead if he could put one in a gap. Hirschler has a huge lead at first as they don't hold him on. Mulholland looking to retire Ian Nolf for the final out. First pitch to him is in there. A called strike, 0-1 now. Nolf was the first strikeout victim in the second inning. Was a strikeout looking. Now is for out number 2, and the Renegades had 2 on. Check of the runner. Here's the 0-1 to Nolf. It is up and in. That makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. This game not moving all that quickly, about a little less than an hour and a half, and we're only in the bottom of the third inning thanks to both teams' inability to play a whole lot of defense and some good timely hitting. 1-1 pitch coming now to Nolf. Is swung on a miss. He chased outside there, and that makes it now 1-2. Renegades second baseman in danger of striking out for the second time if he can't put bat on ball here in a 2-strike count. Crowd trying to will him into a 2-out hit here. Shreves at second, Hirschler at first, and the 1-2 pitch is inside. That hits him, and that loads the bases for Wagner in the top of the lineup coming to the plate. Renegades now bring the tying run over to third. He's 90 feet away from scoring. So Nolf catches a break there, gets to take first base. I guess not a break because he never loved to be hit, but he was behind in a 1-2 count and then gets hit there to load the bases. And Mr. Walk King himself, Cole Wagner, the number 9 hitter to come to the plate. And if he gets one of those base on balls in this situation, it would knot this game up at 5. So Wagner, lefty hitter, facing Mulholland for the 3rd time. has hit in all 3 innings. He's got a walk and a ground out, and potentially could give the Renegades their first lead if he gets a base hit here. Bases loaded for him with 2 outs, 5-4 game. First pitch to Wagner misses low. It's now 1-0. I'll have to use the 4th inning in my scorebook column for Imgard. If he comes to the plate as the 10th batter, if Wagner can keep this 3rd inning going, I'd happily make that sacrifice, though. Mulholland, as a pitcher warms down in the bullpen for the crush, he'll throw the 1-0 pitch. It is up and away now, 2-0. Wagner, no inclination of chasing there. Would assume he's waiting to get at least one good pitch in this at-bat. It's now 2-0 on the Renegade center fielder. Wagner back in, pitcher Mulholland sits, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. It is grounded out to second base, shoulders to his right, is up with it, the throw to first is in time, and Wagner is retired for out number 3. Renegades leave him loaded, but they push across 3 runs and make this a brand new ball game. We'll head to the 4th. The Crush lead this one by a score of 5-4.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade, with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students, with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Third pitcher of the ballgame coming in for the Renegades. And it's one that was warming earlier, but now takes the mound for the first time. It is Jackson Lovich, often playing shortstop or third base for the Renegades, but tonight he gets a chance on the mound and comes in here in the 4th inning. Renegades trail 5-4 after scoring 3 in the 3rd. Good opportunity to give Lovich a shot on the mound. After all, this game does not count for anything. I believe we've only seen Lovich pitch once time this season, based on they don't even have him for the ERA. But I believe that this is the first time since that one appearance a couple weeks ago. So Lovich will take the mound in relief of Wyatt Fisher, who pitched just 1 inning. He'll face the top portion, or he'll start with the number 10 hitter, then go back to the top portion of the Crush lineup. We'll see how long they let Lovich last. Renegades are going to have to cover 6 innings. Already used 2 pitchers in this exhibition game. I'm sure they don't want to burn out their whole bullpen, even though they're going to not have to use it for the next 3 days, so maybe not too worried about it. But we'll see Lovich here face 10, 1, and 2 in Shoulders, Miller, and Lumley. According to his scouting report online, he can top out just below 90 or even right at 90 Don't have a radar gun here, but they track all that stuff for high scores. As Lovich's first pitch grounded to short. Imgarn to his left makes a nice scoop. The throw to first is on the money, and that's one pitch, one out as Shoulders grounds out for out number one here in the fourth. First time the Crush have not put the leadoff base runner on, and that was thanks to a nifty play by the Renegades shortstop Andrew Imgarn. Imgarn moved to his left pretty deep in the hole there and then made a perfect throw to Maslowski at first, and Shoulders is retired. So now Miller, who's reached twice, scored a run, comes to bat with nobody on and one out here in the fourth. Crush lead this one 5-4. Third pitcher for the Renegades and Lovich. First pitch to him is going to be outside for a ball. Now 1-0. Lumley waits on deck. Miller takes a pretty good crouch there into his batting stance. This one misses outside, so it is now 2-0 on the leadoff hitter and left fielder for the Crush. Lovich now into the windup. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. This one hit on a line to right. That's going to get down in front of Lovich, and that'll be a one-out base hit. Actually, they're going to try and go to second. The throw is a strike to second, and they have got the out at second base. That's a strike from Ross out there in right field, and Miller has gunned down. Don't know what he was thinking, as that was a perfect throw from the Renegades right fielder. Helps out his younger brother, and that'll be out number two. So to go a single to right, but then thrown out at second base on a one-hop bullet by Ross Lovich, and he's retired his hey, goodbye place here at the ballpark. Miller was out at second base, and that play really was not that close. That throw beat him well in time. I would assume that Miller will not be testing the arm of University of Missouri product Ross Lovich again anytime soon. 1-0 pitch now coming to Lumley is grounded off to the left side foul. It's now 1-1. So Jackson Lovich has got some out from his defense and has now gotten outs on the first two hitters that he's faced, although he's given up the hit, but he's worked so quickly we could see him potentially come back out for the fifth if he can get Lumley right here. 1-1 count now. Here's the pitch. It is off the outside part of the plate, so it's now 2-1. Lovich got Shoulders to ground out on the first pitch. Fell behind 2-0 to Miller. He singled right, but then Ross threw him out, trying to stretch the single into a double. Now 2-1 pitch to Lumley is grounded out in front of home plate and foul. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if Lovich could record his first strikeout of the game. Like his older brother, also a University of Missouri product coming this fall. Freshman from Overland Park, Kansas. Back into the box now is Lumley. It's a 2-2 count. The pitch is just off the outside corner, and that'll run it all the way full. So Alec Bold, who struck out twice, waits on deck. Lovich trying to end this fourth inning right here. The 3-2 pitch from him is outside, nowhere close, and that's a ball, and a 2-out base runner for the Crush. So Lumley has now reached all 3 times, and Alec Bolt, who has struck out twice, will now step in and look to continue a 2-out rally here in the fourth. Looked like we were going to have another base runner on, and Isaac Miller, before he was gunned down at second base trying to stretch a single into a double. First pitch is in there, a called strike to Bolt. It's now 0-1. Looking to avoid the hat trick here, not strike out for the third time. Jackson Lovich checks the runner off of first base. That's Lumley. Decent lead. Now throws over, but back in time safely with a head first dive. Bold struck out swinging both times. Has only seen 1 ball in his 2 at-bats. Lovich straightens up on the mound. And here comes the 0-1 pitch from the right-hander. It is on the outside corner. Perfect location there. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Lovich was ahead 2 strikes to Lumley, then lost him on a walk, and now jumps ahead 2 strikes to Bolt. We'll see if he can put him away and give the first baseman of the Crush the hat trick tonight. 0-2 pitch way inside, and that gets him in the back. That's a hit by pitch, and now back-to-back base runners with 2 outs, and Lovich is going to have to go to work with a runner in scoring position. So Lumley goes up to second base. Bolt trots down to first, and it'll be up to Weatherly, who's 1 for 2, as he could come right back. Crush has scored in every inning, and if Weatherly comes through with 2 outs and now a runner in scoring position, would steal one of those couple of runs that the Renegades just scored in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. So Weatherly doubled off the wall in center field in the first inning, then struck out swinging in the second. Those were the final 2 strikeouts by Ehrman recorded against Bolt and Weatherly. And now Lowage looking to retire him. First pitch at the knees. That's a called strike. Now 0-1 on the catcher for Queen City. If this inning were to continue, either bases loaded or a run in, pitcher and DH Trey Mulholland waits on deck. Lowage checks the runner. That's Lumley dancing off a second. They throw back behind him, and Jack in time just safely as Lowage delivered a strike to Imgarden covering at second. But Lumley was able to get back in there. So now still runners at first and second. 0-1 pitch is coming in just a moment to Weatherly. Renegades don't hold the runner at first base on. Maslowski plays directly behind Bolt. 0-1 pitch is upstairs. Nowhere close, and it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Lowage trying to pitch a scoreless 4th inning. Ran into a little trouble thanks to back-to-back 2-out base runners and a walk and hit by pitch by Lumley and Bolt. Checks the runner, looks back there once, twice, and now the 1-1 pitch coming. This one inside. It's now 2-1. Also a hit in this inning, but Miller was retired on the assist by right fielder Ross Lowage. Otherwise, this thing would be bases loaded right now. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming. It is off the outside corner. It's now 3 balls and a strike on Weatherly. Lowage looking to not lose him here and load the bases. It looked like he was going to work through this inning pretty quickly before the last 2 have reached. Now falling behind 3-1, he's got to pump in a strike right here. He sets. Here's the delivery. This one is outside, and that's going to walk him, and that'll load the bases for Trey Mulholland coming to the plate. So second walk issued this inning by Lowage. That loads the bases, and the Crush now a chance to score for the 4th straight inning as Weatherly reaches Bolt up to second and Lumley to third. And now pitcher and DH Trey Mulholland, who has reached base both times via walk, steps in. First pitch to him, swung on a miss as Lowage blew the heat by him. It's now 0-1. Back into the box now, righty-righty matchup. Lowage already ready to go. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one grounded weakly. That's going to get into the glove of Imgarden. The spin, the throw to first is offline, and that's going to allow not 1 run to score, but 2 to score. As a throw now to third, they've got the runner there easily, but 2 runs scored on the infield single, and that makes it a 7-4 ball game. Infield hit, Lumley and Bolt score, so give 2 RBIs to Mulholland, but Weatherly easily out at third base trying to move up, and that will end the inning. So the Crush had 2 more. It's now 7-4. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
pitcher on the mound for the Crush was busy writing his name down as we came back from break there. It is Wyatt Kepler that is entering the game for the Crush, taking over for Trey Mulholland, who went the first 3, struck out 2, walked 3, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned. Mulholland obviously will stay in the game at DH, but new pitcher on, donning number 12 and pitching from the left side, it's Wyatt Kepler. Ben Schmidt from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in with us tonight. I want to remind everyone to go riding with Doc and Norm Direct, Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond, they do it all. Doc and Norm Direct is also the official transportation provider of the Jefferson City Renegades, getting us all our road games safely, efficiently, and in style, and as Blake always mentioned, with a very nice air-conditioned bus. So to book your spot for your next adventure, call them at 573-256-1991 or email reservations@mlexpress.com. So new pitcher Kepler on to face this top of the Renegades lineup after they sent 9 to the plate last inning, scored 3 runs. They need 3 just to tie this thing up in the bottom of the 4th. Crush lead 7-4. This one is outside. It's now 2-0 to Imgarden. First pitch was also a ball. It'll be Imgarden, Lovich, and Gorling 2, 3, 4 in the order. They got this last inning started. All 3 of them score. Let's see if they can do it again. 2-0 pitch. Also outside. It's now 3-0 to the Renegades shortstop, who's been on both times thanks to a fielder's choice and a walk. So neither starting pitcher tonight will be eligible for a win. We've still got a long way to go to this one. Only the bottom of the 4th and a 7-4 Crush lead. Swung on a miss here on the 3-0 count. They gave Imgarden the green light. It's now 3-1. Lovich, who has also been on base both times, waits on deck. 3-1 pitch is swung on a miss again. It's now 3-2. An even bigger play too. Lovich had the outfield assist last inning. Otherwise, the Crush score even more than just the 2 that they put up. 3-2 pitch to Imgarden is outside. That's a leadoff walk, and the Renegades have a base runner on here to start the 4th inning, thanks to Imgarden reaching for the 3rd time. Yeah, I want to go back to that play that ended last inning because Mulholland hit an infield single that shortstop Imgarden was just able to get a glove on, made a spinning throw to first that pulled Meslowski off the bag. And even though he caught it, Lumley had already scored, and Bolt, who was hustling all the way from second, came in to score easily. So Lumley and Bolt scored, but Weatherly trying to go from first to third after he realized the throw was wide. Renegades easily had him out at third base, and that ended the inning, but not before the 2 runs scored. So first pitch to Roslovich outside for a ball. Now 1-0 on the Renegades right fielder. He's doubled home a run and also was hit by a pitch. He's scored 1 run. Not a big lead for Imgarden off of first base. He's got the lefty Kepler looking right at him. Lovich fouls this one off. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Just about 8:45 here at the ballpark. Sun is set over the horizon. Do have some sunlight. It has not gone completely dark yet, but it is well below the trees. It's quite comfortable now. Light breeze going on. It's a perfect night for baseball here at Vivian Field. Renegades looking to continue to keep this a close game. This one is in there, called strike on the outside corner and at the knees. Not a whole lot Lovich could do with that one. It's now 1-2 on him. Looking to reach for the 3rd time, hitting 3rd in the lineup tonight. He's got to deal with a tough lefty-lefty matchup here. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to him. It is swung on, hit to right, and hit well. Going back is the right fielder Fisher, still on the run, and he makes the running grab and then goes up against the wall. And that's a tough look there for Lovich, as that's out number 1 here in the 4th. Lovich did not miss that one by much, but a great running grab by Fisher out there in right field. Off the bat, I thought that one was at the very least going to get off the wall, maybe even out of here, but Fisher ran that down as he ran up against the wall, way out there in right. It's 300 directly to right. It didn't go right down the line, so that ball probably went about 300 feet, if my guess is accurate. So back to first base was Imgarden. Lovich retired and now Gorling in. First pitch to him is a called strike, now 0-1 on the Renegades DH. Gorling is popped out and singled to right. When he singled in the 3rd, he came around to score a run. Big hole on the right side with the first baseman Bolt holding the runner on. This one swung on a miss as Gorling was late on the fastball. It's now 0-2. Lefty pitcher Kepler coming with the gas right there, and he blew it by Gorling as he looks to get out number 2 here in this 4th inning. 7-4 lead for the Crush And here's the 0-2. It is hit in the air to right, sinking fast. It is going to get down for a base hit. Imgarn had to hold the throw to second. Not going to be a time. It gets away, but both runners hold. And now first and second with one out as Imgarn just enough speed to get up into second. He may have had a shot at a force there if it was a good throw. But regardless, it's another single for Goring, his second straight to right field. He's now 2 for 3, and the Renegades will bring the tying run to the plate here in the fourth. Renegades have put good at-bats together in this fourth inning against Kepler. If not for a great running grab by Fisher, they would have had all three reaches. Lovich probably had the best hit ball of the inning. But sadly, he was the only one that was recorded for an out. So now 2 on, Colbiot in. First pitch to him, popped up foul. That gets out of play. So Imgarn's been on all 3 times. He's at second. Goring's been on twice. He's at first. And Ott, who drove in 1 run on a play that also had an error, and his last time up steps in. 0-1 pitch is looping foul. It's going to be lined to left. That's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to wave around Imgarn. The throw to the plate on a hop. Here's the throw, the tag. It is not going to be in time, and that's an RBI single for Colbiot. He drives in a run. That makes it a 7-5 ball game. As just in there in front of the throw was Imgarn. He scores on the single by Ott on a nicely hit ball on a looping curveball that Ott weighted back on and then drove it to left field. So just enough speed there by Imgarn to come all the way around to score. It was not a bad throw by Falcone. Catcher Woodley tried to catch it, make the tag all in one motion. Wasn't even able to hang on to it. So that makes it a 7-5 ball game now. Tying run on at first in the form of Ott. Goring moved up to second base on the play. And it's now a 7-5 ball game. Back-to-back hits for the Renegades against new pitcher Kepler. And Shreves, the go-ahead run, now steps in. This is a called strike. It's now 0-1. Shreves does have 1 bomb on the year. Home run number 2 would give the Renegades their first lead. Be a great time for that. Set at the belt. Check of the runner twice now. The 0-1 to Shreves is swung on a miss. Got the gas by him there. It's now 0-2 on the Renegades' third baseman. So runners take their leads. They don't hold the runner on at first base and Ott. Runner at second, slightly held on. Here's the 0-2 to Shreves. It is going to be low. That one looked to maybe be the slider. Had a lot of lateral movement on it. That makes it a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Shreves. Goring at second. Ott at first base. Kepler checks runner and then delivers the 1-2 off the outside corner. Good take there by Shreves. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. This game has had nothing but offense. It's a 7-5 game, and we're only in the bottom of the 4th inning. Just about 2 hours into this one. We're on pace for a 4-hour game at this rate. Thanks to consistent offense and not a lot of defense. 2-2 pitch is off the outside corner. Didn't miss by much, but Shreves took it. That runs at full. And a chance here to either load the bases or not get a run if Shreves can do it 1 out here into the 4th. Decent speed out there, but I wouldn't expect them to put the runners in motion in a full count pitch. Kepler checks the runner. Goring, they don't go. The 3-2 is inside, and that's a walk to load the bases, and the Renegades have a major opportunity here in the 4th. So Shreves works the walk. He's been on base all 3 times, single and 2 walks for him. He's at first base now as Ott moves to second and Goring to third, and Kepler in major trouble here. Now off to face Joe Herschler with the bases loaded. Crush clinging to a 2-run lead. Time now called by the catcher Weatherly. Looks like the belt broke by the catcher Weatherly. He took that thing off and threw it halfway down the first base line. Looks like he's had enough of that thing for tonight. Herschler steps in. He is single to right. Also had a fielder's choice. Drove in a run in the 3rd inning. Now with just a ball in play, can at least give the Renegades 1 run as they trail by 2. First pitch from Kepler is low. That's a ball 1-0 on the Renegades catcher. This is the 6th batter to come to the plate this inning. We've gone walk, fly out, single, single, walk. Back in now is Herschler, righty catcher, and here's the 1-0 pitch to him. A ground ball out to short. Shortstop Falcone is going to flip to second. The return throw to first is not going to be in time as Herschler beats it out. That's the 2nd time he's had to beat out a ground ball. And fortunate for him, he's safe, and that leads to a run. It's now a 7-6 ball game. Shortstop Falcone easily made the flip to second to Shoulders, but Shoulders' return throw on to first was just late as Herscher was hustling up the line. He reaches, give him his second RBI of the game. It's now 7-6. So Goling comes in to score on the RBI fielder's choice, and Ott moves up to third, but Shreves out at second. And if Levi Myslowski could drive in Ott at third, it's a tie ball game. Here's Kepler's first pitch. It is in there, a called strike at the knees, and that makes it 0-1. So Herscher now has two fielder's choices to give him two RBIs. Officially only 1 for 3, but he's had a productive night at the plate. He now leads off of first base. They have both holding him on. Myslowski, the number 8 hitter tonight, back in. Here's the 0-1 to him, swung on a miss as he swings over the top of the off-speed pitch. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Back into the box now, righty first baseman against the lefty in Kepler. We're going to put him away for out number 3. 0-2 is low and away. Good take there by Myslowski, and it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good amount of room on the right side with the first baseman holding on Herscher. Herscher dancing off the bag at first. Ott at third. And here's Kepler's 1-2 pitch. It is swung on a miss. Strike 3. And a break of the bat after the strikeout, and that will end the inning. But the Renegades put 2 more on the scoreboard. They keep pace with the crush, and we'll head to the 5th. It's a 7-6 ball game. Queen City leads, but Renegades are very much alive in this one. So we'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network. We'll be back for the 5th inning in just a moment.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
Jackson Lovich back out on the hill for the Renegades. He's looking to complete 2 innings of work, give the Renegades some length, and get this thing into the middle innings of the ball game for Jefferson City, who is very much alive in this one. Their offense has kept pace as they have given up run after run to the Crush, but thanks to 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and 2 in the fourth, the Renegades have made this a 7-6 ball game, and now Lovich looking to keep it right where it's at. In his first inning on the mound, he gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, and also walked 2. But also got some help on his defense. A couple assists to throw out would-be base runners. Kept it from even more being scored by Queen City. So Lovich back out there on the mound. He'll face the bottom part of this Queen City lineup, 6, 7, 8, and Wendlandt, Falcone, and Fisher. We'll see what he's got in store here. Wendlandt, the lefty, batting third baseman in. And Lovich into his lineup. His first pitch to him here in the 5th is up and outside. That's ball 1. We are just about 2 hours into this one, only in the 5th. As with so much offense, not moving too quickly tonight. His pitch is now in there, a called strike. It's now 1-1 on the third baseman. Lovich now back into the lineup. The righty's delivery is fouled off to the backstop. It's now 1-2. Lovich still working for strikeout number 1. We'll see if he can get it here against Wendlandt. Renegades versus Crutch, 7-6 ball game. The 1-2 is swung on a miss as he blew the fastball by him. And Lovich goes with the heat there to record the first out of the 5th inning, and he records his first strikeout of the night. So good work there by the Renegades middle infielder and now right-handed pitcher as he showed off the ability that he has in that right arm to throw the fastball and blew it by Wendlandt. So now stepping in will be Gabe Falcone. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a fielder's choice. Did get an RBI on that fielder's choice. First pitch to him here is outside for a ball. Bats with nobody on and 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Renegades have allowed a run in every inning. We'll see if Lovich can break that streak. This one in there, a called strike. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike on Falcone. Lovich retired the first 2 last inning before the next 4 reached and brought in the 2 runs. See if he can break that here. 1-1 pitch, swung on a miss. Beautiful off speed there. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Falcone. Aaron Fisher, the right fielder who robbed Ross Lovich in the bottom of the 4th, waits on deck. Into the windup now. Here comes the 1-2. It is fouled off to the right side, just enough to stay alive. And Falcone will have another crack at it here in just a moment. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm Ben Schmidt bringing you tonight's coverage. We'll be back on Monday for another exhibition matchup between the Renegades and Legends. This one misses up and in. It's now 2-2 to Falcone. Lovich walked 2 batters in the 4th. Hopefully he doesn't lose Falcone here after jumping ahead 1-2. Here comes the 2-2 now. It is a called strike 3. A little bit of a late call, but Herschler knew it. He was up out of the crouch quickly, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Lovich. This time a backwards K and 2 out now in the 5th inning. Herschler was sure that was strike 3. He didn't even hold that pitch, but the umpire did not be so quick to signal strike 3, so I had to thought that was almost to be one of those embarrassing situations where the Renegades were already starting to throw it around when it wasn't even strike 3. But it was. Umpire did eventually ring him up. And now Fisher steps in with nobody on and 2 out. First pitch to him. Misses inside. It's now 1-0. Headland struck out swinging. Falcone strikes out looking. And we'll see what Lovich now has in store for Fisher. Into the windup now. The 1-0 pitch is in there. A called strike. And Lovich has got the stuff working here in the 5th. He looks really good out there pumping in strikes. Only threw 1 ball to Wendlandt, only 2 to Falcone, and is now on a 1-1 count to Fisher. Here's the delivery. It is low and inside. Actually gets by the glove of Herschler into the backstop. It's now 2-1. Jaden Tarbett waits on deck if this inning were to continue. This would be the first 3 up, 3 down for the Renegades and the first scoreless inning for Renegades pitching. But still 1 more out to get. It looks a whole lot different than the scorecard for either last night's game when pitching was dominant. This one misses up. It's now 3-1. Fisher could walk here and would give Lovich his 3rd walk in an inning and 2/3. So we'll see what Jackson has got here in a 3-1 count. 2 outs. And here comes the pitch. It is grounded to 3rd, but that's foul and out of play. Now runs it to a full count. Lovich now a strike away from ending this inning would give him his 3rd straight strikeout. Renegades trying to keep this just a 1-run deficit here. After the foul ball, Fisher back in, holds the hand up for time, and now here we go. 3-2 pitch is way up and in. He lost the handle on that one. He looked at his hand after the pitch. I think he thought that one slipped, and that's a walk here with 2 outs. That one clearly slipped out of the hand of Lovich. Nowhere near the intended target. Went up over the head of Fisher. And he's now on at first base with 2 outs. Jaden Tarbett in. He's 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. And a chance here with runner on first base and Fisher now and 2 outs. Into the box now. First pitch to him is fouled back. And it's now 0-1. Shoulders, the number 10 hitter, is on deck. After the foul ball, Tarbett holding up time now back into the batter's box. Here's the 0-1 to him. It snaps in there. That's a called strike. Beautiful delivery by Lovich. It's now 0-2. Once again, another shot at striking out his 3rd batter here. He's got Fisher off of first. Maslowski holds him on. And now incoming the 0-2. Lovich sets at the belt. Quick glance at the runner at first, and here is his delivery. This one called strike 3 right down the middle. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Tarbet. That's a backwards K. So Lovich in his second inning of work strikes out the side. He had a great inning in the first scoreless inning for Renegades pitching tonight. So can the Renegades tie things up or take for the lead for the first time tonight? We'll find out when we're back in just a moment. 7-6 crush lead headed to the bottom of the fifth on the Show Me Sports Network.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Serving the capital city and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, walk-off wood bat company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
So the Renegades finally pitch a scoreless inning on the mound. Now we'll see what's in store at the plate. This has been the closest they have been in the score column since they headed to the second, trailing 2-1. They trail 7-6 now, bottom of the fifth. And Ian Nolf looks at ball one to get his at-bat going. They'll face Wyatt Kepler for the second straight inning. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Renegades. They have scored 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. Pitch to Nolf is swung on a miss as he was late on the fastball. It's now 1-1. Nolf is 0 for 1, a strikeout, and then was hit by a pitch in his last time up. Back into the box now. He's got that open stance, left foot kicked out, and here is the 1-0 coming. It's low, and it's now 2-1 on the Renegades' second baseman. That's where Nolf is at tonight. Renegades, you've got the all whites on tonight with the yellow and blue just a little bit on the sides. 2-0. This one is to Nolf. That one is going to miss. It is now 3 balls and 1 strike. So after the miss, Nolf back in, the lefty Kepler into the windup, and here comes the pitch to Nolf. It is going to miss just below the knees, and that's a leadoff walk. Renegades have another leadoff base runner. They have had a leadoff base runner in every inning so far. We'll see if it leads to the game-tying run this inning. So Cole Wagner has yet to walk tonight. He is 0 for 2. Or actually, he has walked tonight. He walked his first time up. How could I forget? That raised his total to 22 of them on the season. He does not have a hit tonight, though. He's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. The second baseman now steps in with Nolf at first. First pitch to him is low. This one makes it 1 ball and no strikes. Wagner's going to have to deal with the lefty-lefty matchup facing Kepler, who in his first inning struck out 1, walked 2, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs. Wagner in now. Glance of the runner at first. Now the pitch to him is lined out to second on a hop. The second baseman's shoulders is going to bobble it and then throw to first, but everybody's safe. Played it on a hop, but he bobbled it, and Wagner hustling up the line. By the time Shoulders regained control of the ball, Wagner more than enough speed to beat it out. And the Renegades now have 2 on, nobody out thanks to the E4 on Shoulders. Looked to be a little confused too there because he saw Nolf in front of him and thought, I think, too quickly about going to second to get the lead runner, and it just led him to cough up the ball, and then everyone's safe. So now Wagner at first, Nolf at second, and Imgarden, who's been on base all 3 times, stepping in, tying run now in scoring position. First pitch to him is swung on a miss as Kepler blows the heat by him. 0-1. This is the 3rd straight inning. Now the Renegades have had the tying run into scoring position. They have been kept off the scoreboard just once so far. 0-1 now coming to Imgarden. This one popped high in the air on the infield. Shortstop Falcone moving out a couple steps into the grass, makes the catch, and records a big out number 1 as both runners have to stay put, and it'll be up to Ross Lovich now coming to the plate. Barely having to move a couple steps onto the grass was Falcone making the grab. And shortstop for the Crush has the first out of this inning, helps out his pitcher Kepler, and now we'll see what Ross Lovich has in store. Just missed an extra base hit on a ball driven to deep right field. Fisher made a running grab to rob him of what would have been extra bases and probably scoring a run. First pitch to Lovich, just swung on a miss late on the heat there. It's now 0-1. Lovich in his other at-bats had a RBI double to left center field in the first and was hit by a pitch, scored a run in the third. He's had a productive night in the 3 spots. Kepler checks the runner twice now. Here's the pitch to Lovich way outside. That makes it a ball and a strike. Gorling, who's been on base twice and scored twice, waits on deck. Hopefully he's coming up either in a bases-loaded situation or in a tie game if Lovich can provide that. 1 out, runners on first and second, and the 1-1 count coming to Ross Lovich. Pitch is lined to right. That's going to get down, and that's going to be a base hit. Fisher coming in, fields on a hop. They're going to hold the runner at third as a perfect 1-hop throw coming in. That's a great hold there as the runner going to third. Nolf would have been a dead duck at the plate, but Lovich has got another base hit. He's now 2 for 3, and that loads the bases for Carter Gorling coming to the plate. Lovich hit that ball so hard it basically got to Fisher on 1 hop, and then Fisher threw an absolute strike to home plate. And a good hold there by the third base coach for the Renegades. But that loads the bases, tying run at third and the go-ahead run at second. Thanks to Lovich loading him up on his second hit of the night. And Gorling, who's got 2 hits stepping in, has the righty-lefty advantage. First pitch to him is going to bend in there. That's a called strike. Good off-speed pitch there by Kepler, who's already given up 2 runs. Renegades hoping it'll be some more. They've got an error, a walk, and a single responsible for their 3 base runners right now. Here's the 0-1 to Gorling. This one fouled out of play, 0-2. Big moment in this ball game. Fans have not yet got to see the Renegades with a lead, but Gorling could give it to him and get the crowd on their feet if he can punch one into outfield grass. Good speed pretty much all around the base, especially with Wagner at second and Lovich at first. Anyone in the gap maybe even clears the bases. Big pitch coming, 0-2 to Gorling is going to bend low and in the dirt. That makes it 1-2. Gorling, last night's starting pitcher, gets the DH spot tonight. He's 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and could add at least 1 RBI to that total if he can come through here and tie this game for the first time since it was 0-0. Check of the runner. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Gorling. It is going to be lined to left center field. That's down a base hit. That's going to tie the game, and that's going to give the Renegades the lead. Wagner in. Ball kicks off the center fielder. Lovich to second. Now Gorling makes it to second. Lovich to third, and it's now an 8-7 lead for the Renegades. Nolf and Wagner come in to score, and Gorling has delivered once again. He's now 3 for 4 on the night. That'll be an RBI single for Gorling. He advances to second base on the air. Wagner was going to score regardless of whether that ball was kicked away or not. So 2 RBIs for Gorling, and Renegades have their first lead of this entire ball game, and now 2 more in scoring position with Lovich literally moving up to third and Gorling into second base. And that will also lead to a mound visit as this inning beginning to unravel for Queen City. So Renegades now on top 8-7 thanks to Carter Gorling. Man, has he had a good last 24 hours. He's 3 for 4 tonight, 3 singles and 2 RBIs here in this one. It was originally going to be runners at first and second, if not for the error, but runners move up to second and third, and that makes it an 8-7 lead. Apologize for the silence, was updating one of the reporters who was here at the ballpark, then had to leave to get things put together for the news at 9:30. Needed to text him the score. So Renegades now up 8-7, bottom 5, and a chance for more with runners at second and third. Ott now in. He drove in 2 runs tonight, and first pitch to him, grounded foul off to the left side. The Crush bring the infield in. They've got everyone on the grass, hoping to keep this an 8-7 ball game if Ott puts one on the ground on the infield. So Ott back into the box now. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to him. It misses low and away. It's now 1-1. If you're just joining this inning, Renegades have been trailing the entire game. Came into the bottom of the 5th down 7-6, then loaded the bases with 1 out. And Carter Gorling in a 2-strike count delivered a 2 RBI single to center. Moved up to second on the error. Here's the pitch to Ott. It's outside. It's now 2-1. Colin Shreves waits on deck. Lovich hit a hard hit single to right field. He stands at third base. Ott back into the box now. Renegades got the lead. Slight open stance for Ott, and here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one ripped to left, but that is foul. If that stays fair, that's easily scoring 2. But it is going to bend out of play, so it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So far tonight in his 3 previous plate appearances, Ott flew out to right, then reached on a fielder's choice and an error in the 3rd, drove in a run there, and then singled to left for an RBI in the 4th. 2-2 count now. Runners take the leads, and the pitch to Ott is up and away. That runs it all the way full. First base is open, so could load the bases, but would bring up Shreves in a bases-loaded situation with 1 out. Renegades already leading 8-7. It's been a rough inning in the 3rd so far for Kepler. He's given up 4 runs. And now here comes the 3-2 to Ott. It is hit in the air to left, but that is going to get foul into the trees, out of play. He put a good swing on that one, but was out in front. And we'll have to do the full count pitch once again. For Kepler's giving up the 4 runs, only 3 will be earned as Wagner, who scored to give the Renegades the lead, reached on an error. If more score, could be even more unearned, depending on what Ott does here. 3-2 pitch once again after the foul. Ott's back in, and here it comes. It is swung on, grounded to the right side. First baseman has 1 play. That's to the bag as Lovich scores. Ott is retired, but hits so weakly that run is able to score for the Renegades. It's now 9-7 as Ross Lovich crosses the plate. Productive at that at bat there for Colby Ott, his 3rd RBI of the night. So 3rd run of the inning comes in for Jefferson City. Moving up to 3rd on the play was Gorling, so another base hit could make this 10-7 in favor of the Renegades. And we're up to Colin Shreves, who's reached base all 3 times, a single and 2 walks. Pitch to Shreves is hit in the air out to center field. Lumley is going to come in a few steps now, sizes it up, and makes the catch for out number 3. That will end the inning. But the Renegades have a lead, ladies and gentlemen. They push across 3 runs and take a 9-7 lead. We'll head to the 6th now. We'll be right back in just a moment on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Been given their first lead of the night, and a whole lot of switching going on. I didn't even have time to finish all of it before we got into the end of this inning. I'll bring that to you as we go. Was taking that time to try and listen to our PA announcer, Joe, and try and follow around who else had joined the game. I know everyone now but who is in right field. So new pitcher is Cole Wagner. He comes in from center. Moving from first to third is Maslowski. Gorling comes in from the DH to first. Shreves to second, and Ross Lovich to center. Only the question left is who is in right field. Cole Wagner's first pitch is a strike. It's now 0-1 on Ryan's shoulders. We have just learned that it's Taylor Hopkins in right, so a whole lot of new positions for the Renegades this inning. This will be fun. A lot of guys playing spots they have not played so far yet this season. So once again, as it's 1-1 on shoulders, it's Hopkins in right, Lovich in center, Growing at first, Shreves at second, Imgarden at short, Maslowski at third, and Wagner into pitch. Those were all the changes. As this one swung on a miss, Wagner's now ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes on shoulders. So not only does Wagner score the run in the bottom of the bottom of the fifth to give the Renegades the lead, but then Wagner comes into pitch here. The fourth pitcher for the Renegades in relief of Jackson Lovich, and he's now had 1 and 2 on Ryan's shoulders. Lefty pitching Wagner into the windup now. The 1-2 pitch to shoulders is way upstairs. It's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Renegades could go the final 4 innings and win this one if they can hold on to this lead. It's going to start with Wagner here. Who knows who else we will see come into pitch. The 2-2 is going to bend in there, swung on a miss. That's strike 3, and Wagner has struck out the first batter he's faced. I think he surprised himself with how beautiful of a curveball that was, and he got a swing and miss for strikeout number 1 and the first out here of the 6th inning. That is now 3 or 4 out of the last 5 batters for the Crush have been strikeout victims against Lovich, and now Wagner into the ballgame. My scorecard now looks like a whole mess thanks to all the defensive switches. Isaac Miller in. This one misses up. It's now 1-0. Only people who didn't switch were Herschler and Odd and Imgarden. Everyone else switched in this inning positions. This one in their strike. It's now 1-1 on the leadoff batter for the Crush. Miller hits here in the 6th. He's 2 for 3. 2 singles. A run scored, also reached on an error. 1-1 pitch to him. Misses low and inside off the inside corner. It's now 2-1 on the left fielder. Tanner Lumley waits on deck. First time that this squad has been trailing all game long. The 2-1 pitch now is going to miss. It's now 3-1. Wagner in danger of having his first base runner reach. I'm going to guess as well that Ian Nolf moved from second into the DH. Actually, I don't know if that's possible. 3-1 pitch is fouled off. It's now 3-2, so we may see a new DH. I don't think you can move someone from the field into the DH, so I guess we see someone replace Ian Nolf. He's due up 3rd next inning. That would be my guess here at the moment. That's a whole lot of fun figuring out defensive positions like that. Wagner's in a 3-2 count against Isaac Miller. Nobody on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. It is swung on a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wagner. And a little pose there for the left-handed pitcher after he blows the heat by him. Man, does he look good. Back-to-back strikeout swing here to begin the 6th. He finished the follow-through on that pitch and then just stopped on the left side of the mound as if to say, yeah, I've got good enough stuff like that. That was a fun strikeout right there. So he gets Miller and Shoulders on strikes. Now he'll face Lumley with nobody on and 2 out. Renegades looking for back-to-back scoreless innings after they had given up a run or more on each of the first 4. Renegades up 9-7. This pitch way upstairs. It's now 1-0 on Lumley. He's been all over the base paths tonight. Doubled an RBI, scored a run in the first, had an infield single, stole a base in the second, then walked and scored in the 4th. Into the box. Now the 1-0 coming from Wagner. This misses low below the... Nope, that's a called strike. I don't know about that one, but we'll take it. It's 1-1. Thought that one easily came in below the knees, but they call it a strike, so Wagner will say thank you very much. It's now 1-1. Renegades have the infield playing straight up, the newly shuffled infield. Into the windup now. Here comes Wagner's pitch. It swung on a miss on the high fastball. It's now 1 ball and 2 strike. Let's see if Wagner, just like Lovich did last inning, can strike out the side. This would be one-upping Lovich because Lovich did allow the 1 walk last inning. Wagner could do it just 3 up, 3 down. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch coming. It's way inside. Came with the slider there and could not find the handle. Actually went behind the bat of Lumley. And that makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck hitter Alec Bolt will have to run over and get the foul ball. So now we'll do the 2-2 pitch. Top of the 6th inning. Renegades have been on a tear on offense, and let's see if they can continue up the pitching that they've got scoreless the last 2 innings. Wagner's got the sign. Hersher sets up low and away. The 2-2 is fouled straight back, and we'll do it again. So Wagner, leadoff hitter tonight, was in center field, then makes the move onto the mound, and he has struck out his first 2. Could see him for another inning if he can finish this one off. He's got a 2-2 count against Lumley. Into the windup, the pitch is fouled off again, and a good battle now forming between Tanner Lumley and Cole Wagner, center fielder versus former center fielder. Just about 2 hours and 20 minutes into this one, and here we sit in the top of the 6th. Renegades lead 9-7. Thanks so much for joining us on the Show Me Sports Network. Here's the 2-2 once again from Wagner. It is swung on a miss, and Wagner has struck out the side and struts off the mound after a dominating top of the 6th inning. One of the best we have seen here on the season from a Renegade starter. Man, did he look good. So with that, we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Renegades looking to add on. They lead this one 9-7. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Final warm-up pitch just thrown by Kepler. He's back out there for a 3rd inning of work. So far, he has struck out 1, walked 3, given up 4 hits and 4 earned runs, and now pitches for the trailing Queen City Crush. Haven't been able to say that a whole lot tonight, but Some real momentum now for the Renegades after they scored 3 runs last inning to take the lead, and then the dominating performance on the mound by Cole Wagner, pitching tonight in an exhibition game and striking out the side. How about that? That's baseball for you. Joe Hirschler now in as the Renegades come to bat. He swings and misses. Want to remind everyone about Walkoff Wood Bat Company, handcrafted right here in Missouri. Walkoff Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. As the 1-0 pitch to Hirschler misses outside. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin, bat grips, and batting gloves. To find your confidence at the plate, give Walkoff Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com. Hirschler swung and missed at the 1-1 pitch, so it's now 1-2 on the Renegades catcher. He's had a good night at the plate. 2 fielder's choices and drove in an RBI both times. Looks at the ball here to make it 2-2. Also singled on the night. Hits now to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Renegades looking to play add-on. They lead by 2. They scored in every inning but the second. And now it'll be Hirschler, Maslowski, and I believe a pinch hitter, because I assume Nolf would have came out of the ball game on all those defensive changes for the Renegades last inning. Time was called before the 2-2 pitch, so we'll hold for just a second. Renegades coming off of 4 wins in their last 5, all at home. As the second half of this week, they have played a whole bunch here at Vivian Field. Now we're ready. Kepler back on the bump, and here comes his 2-2 to Hirschler. It is swung and just fouled off, and that keeps the count alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maslowski, who's 0 for 3, waits on deck, and then do not know yet who we will see to follow. Looks like the ump's going to go out and bring a new baseball to the pitcher, Kepler, before we get this 2-2 pitch once again. It was fouled off by Hirschler. Him and the catcher, Weatherly, having a nice little conversation while that was taking place. Now we're ready to go. Everyone's back in their respective spots. Catcher Weatherly down into the crouch. Hirschler back into the box. And Kepler sets. Here comes the 2-2. It is low, and that runs it all the way full. Nice at bat being worked here by the Renegades catcher, Joe Hirschler. He has ran it full and looks for his second hit of the night, or reaching for the 4th time tonight if he does not get a hit but walks. So it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Kepler sets, the lefty kicks the leg and delivers. It is grounded, or actually flown on the fly out to shoulders at second, and he makes the catch. That's a line out for out number 1 as Hirschler is retired. Looked like Kepler might have even jammed him there and got that one on the fly to shoulders. So that's out number 1 here in the 6th. So Levi Maslowski steps in now. Looks like it is going to be Ian Nolf on deck, so I guess you can move someone from defense into the DH. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Regardless, Ian Nolf is still in this game, and he's waiting on deck. So he now takes the role of DH. Pitch to Maslowski is low and outside. That makes it 1-0. He has flown out and struck out twice. 1-0 pitch coming to Levi, misses inside. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Just overheard behind me, which makes a lot of sense because the only new person to come in last inning was Taylor Hopkins in right. So that should be who should be replaced on Ian Nolf on deck, but maybe just because exhibition, it was just a straight defense. You can kind of do whatever you want in these games, and I believe that's what's happening. 2-0 pitch coming to Maslowski, swung on a miss, makes it 2-1. Into the box now is Maslowski. He's ahead 2 balls and a strike. He waits the pitch. It is a called strikeout. The knee is good location there by Kepler. It's now 2-2. Yeah, it is certainly Ian Nolf on deck, but if you're looking at just all the switches that took place last inning, should be Taylor Hopkins who came in and played right field because there were no new additions outside of that, just changes. This pitch bends off the outside corner. Catcher Weatherly stood up. He thought that was strike 3, but did not get the call, and that runs it full. He even stood up and tapped Maslowski on the knee. He was out right there, but did not get the call. Now we'll see what 3-2 brings. Some new life for the Renegades third baseman, and here comes the delivery. It is going to be off the glove. Nope, Maslowski did not make contact, and that's going to be ball 4. Thought he originally found that, but that's a ball, and he heads down to first base with a walk. He's on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the first time Levi reaches base tonight. Renegades once again have a base runner. They had a leadoff base runner on every inning up until this point. Now have one with one out for Ian Nolf, who came out of the game on defense last inning, but still evidently in the game, and will step in with one out and one on. They have the first baseman Bolt holding on the runner at first base, so a lot of room to work with on the right side if Nolf can find it. Bats with that open stance, left foot kicked out, and here's the first pitch to him. It is off the inside corner. That's a ball, 1-0. Pitch now coming as Nolf steps in the box. Not a big lead at first. This one is fouled straight back. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Nolf so far tonight struck out looking, hit by a pitch, and walked. Scored a run when he walked. That was in the 5th inning. Scored the first run last inning when the Renegades put up 3 total. Came back from around 7-6 to leading 9-7. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Nolf. It's fouled back again. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Renegades this inning have gone line out and walk. That's where we currently stand, looking to add on to what is a 2-run lead. They've got 9 more outs to get on the pitching side. Nolf back in now after back-to-back foul balls. Maslowski off of first base. They do hold him on. Lefty Kepler looking to complete inning number 3 on the mound. And here comes the 1-2 to Nolf. It skips in there and gets by the catcher. That's going to go to the backstop, and Maslowski is going to move up to second base on the missed catch by the catcher Weatherly. Would assume that'll go as a pass ball. Regardless, it runs the count to 2-2, and Maslowski up to second base. And with Cole Wagner waiting on deck, Renegades have a runner in scoring position. So Nolf back in now. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count, 1 out. Straight up defense for the Crush, and here comes the pitch. It is swung on and missed as Kepler blew the fastball by him. That's a strikeout, swinging his second strikeout on the night. And Renegades are now going to need a 2-out hit if they want to get it to double-digit runs here in the 6th inning. So back to the top of the lineup, center fielder and pitcher Cole Wagner stepping in. So far tonight, he is 0 for 3, a walk, 2 groundouts, and an error. Every time he's put the ball in play, it's been on a ground towards the second baseman's shoulders. Break that trend here and give the Renegades their 10th run. Maslowski out at second base. First pitch to Wagner, hit in the air, foul ground, but I believe they'll have a play. One lane is out after it in foul territory. He makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Nice running grab for the Crush third baseman, and that will end the inning as Wagner is retired. So the Renegades go scoreless for the first time since the 2nd, and we'll head to the 7th inning. Renegades lead this one 9-7 on the Show Me Sports Network.
MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
Cole Wagner back out on the mound in the 7th inning. It'll be hard to top what he did in the 6th as he came on for the pitching appearance for the Renegades and struck out the side. He got Shoulders, Miller, and Lumley to go down on strikes as the Renegades will turn to him here for the 7th. They lead this one 9-7. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm Ben Schmidt. Thanks so much for tuning in with me tonight. Coming to you live from the Dock and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Official transportation provider of the Renegades. They'll be taking us to Nevada next Wednesday, and then 4 times, or actually 6 times in the last week and a half to various locations as the Renegades will close out their regular season. Just about 2 weeks left in the season, and although this game does not count, important for the Renegades to get things rolling as they're in a battle to potentially host the playoff game if they can vault their way into 2nd in the division or even win the division. They're only a couple games back of first place. They currently trail both Joplin and Sedalia. So Wagner back on the mound. He'll face Bolt in his first pitch as a called strike at the knees. It's now 0-1. I'm sure he'd love to keep the strikeout streak going. He'll face Bolt, Weatherly, and Mulholland. 3, 4, 5 in the order for the Crush. And we'll see now what Wagner's got in store for inning number 2 on the mound. Here's his 0-1 delivery. It is going to miss upstairs. It's now 1-1. Renegades went scoreless in the bottom of the 6th. That was the first time they did not put up at least a run on the board since the 2nd. They still lead by 2, 9-7. Lefty Wagner into the windup. Here's his 1-1. It is hit in the air, foul, but it might be playable. First baseman going after it, but it's going to fall just in front of the first baseman going and the right fielder. That's Taylor Hopkins. It does make it a 1-ball, 2-strike count, as it kind of just fell there in no man's land. 3 players went after it, the first baseman, the second baseman, Shreves, and the right fielder, Hopkins, but no one really had a real shot at it. And that'll make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pretty interesting that Hopkins came into this game in right, but I don't think we're going to see him bat unless they are just going to slot him in wherever. Maybe they add a 10th hitter. The Crush have had one all game. They could do the same with Hopkins. I don't really think there's a whole lot of rules in terms of lineup construction for this one. 1-2 now coming to Bolt. It is swung on, grounded to the left side. That's foul. Also close to a ball put in play. We wouldn't want to break up Wagner's strikeout streak. He's looking for number 4 in a row. He's had the off-speed working in the 2-strike counts. He tried to go with it right there in a 1-2, and Bolt was all over it, but just out in front. We'll see if Wagner comes back to the heat now after Bolt connected, at least put the ball in foul territory. Here's the 1-2 now coming. Wagner looked like he shook off something at first from Herschler, who sets low and away. The pitch is fouled off, and we'll do the 1-2 once again as it gets over our heads, out of play. That one is looking to be creek bound. Bolt struck out his first 2 times, then was hit by a pitch in an 0-2 count and an at bat in the 4th, then came around to score. Wouldn't want to have the hat trick for his sake, but for Wagner's sake, we're looking for strikeout number 4 in a row. Light wave of the bat by Bolt. He now sets it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is fouled off again, and a battle now forming between Bolt and Wagner. Bolt refusing to give in to Wagner here with nobody on to start this 7th inning. Renegades got 9 more outs to get to win this exhibition matchup against Queen City. They lead 9-7, but the way the offenses have been going, they may need more than 9 to win this one. Although Wagner pitched a brilliant 6th, he's back out for the 7th. His 1-2 pitch is low and inside. That one bent way down in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. In his 3 at-bats in the 6th inning, he went 2-2 to Shoulders before striking him out. 3-2 to Miller, struck him out, and then 2-2 to Lumley before the K. So this is not a new thing here in a 2-ball or 2-2 count, 3-2 count for Wagner. And here comes the 2-2 once again. It is upstairs, and that runs it all the way full. A good battle here between Bolt and Wagner. Bolt has lit off some close pitches and also fouled off just about everything that Wagner has thrown at him in this at-bat. I think we're looking at pitch 8 or 9 coming up in this plate appearance. Wagner into the windup. Here comes his 3-2 delivery. It is just upstairs, and that's the first to reach against Wagner. Had to lead off walk here in the 7th. Bolt with a very nice at-bat. Took some very close pitches there, and he's now at first base with no one out to get this top of the 7th inning going. So Bolt now reaches last 2 times after striking out the first 2, and Nathan Weatherly, the catcher and a right-handed hitter, will step in to face the lefty Cole Wagner. Would assume they're trying to get through the 7th out of Wagner and then maybe find someone to pitch the 8th and the 9th. Wagner's already 4th pitcher that the Renegades have used. I'm sure they don't want to burn through everyone in just an exhibition game. Probably why they're turning to guys like Wagner and Lovich, not guys that you usually see coming out of the Renegades' pen. I believe this is Wagner's first pitching appearance, and for Lovich, I think it was just the 2nd. First pitch to Weatherly is in there, a called strike. He came with the fastball and got him to look at it. It's now 0-1. They have the first baseman going, holding on Bolt at first. It's first baseman and first baseman over there. Not a big lead for Bolt. They're going to throw over to first, but back in plenty of time was the runner. Lefty Wagner basically looking right at him, so not a big lead. Would assume not a big threat to steal. Down in an 0-1 count, Weatherly, who is 1 for 2, has a double, a strikeout, and a walk, steps back in. First base runner in a couple innings for the Crush. This one misses. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Renegades had given up runs in each of the first 4 innings, at least 1 run in each of the first 4, and then put up zeros on the scoreboard in the 5th and the 6th, looking to do it again in the 7th. But Wagner now having to pitch out of the stretch for the first time after he lost Bolt to a leadoff walk. Now will deliver the 1-1 to Weatherly. It's fouled back now 1-2. Good sign for Wagner. In all 5 hitters, he has worked ahead quickly, has not fallen behind in a whole lot of counts, and he is not afraid to pump in strikes. Really, the walk to Bull, you can't really blame him. It went so many pitches, and he just kept fouling everything off. That the 2 at the end that didn't miss by a whole lot, Bull took, aren't even really bad pitches by Wagner. So don't want to discredit his ability to pump strikes in there. Now we'll see if he can do it and put away Weatherly here. He sets. He will bring up the right leg and fire home the pitch way behind the batter. That's going to bounce off the backstop, and moving up to second base on the play is Bolt. And now a runner in scoring position for the Crush, who trail this thing 9-7 in the top of the 7th inning. This is about the time that each of the games the last couple of nights were ending, and here we sit at 9:43, and we're only in the 7th inning thanks to so many runs have being scored on both sides. Only 4 total half innings out of the 12 have been ended with zeros on the scoreboard. So now after the very wild pitch that actually went behind the batter Weatherly, it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bolts at second base. Wagner looking for strikeout number 4. He checks the runner once, and now will deliver the 2-2. It is not. Nope, it is a called strike 3. That was about the least emphatic strike 3 call I think I've ever seen, and that's a backwards K. Wagner's 4th, and that's out number 1. Hirschler seemed to think he was strike 3, and the batter Weatherly seemed to think it was strike 3, but the umpire made no motion and then gave about the saddest lawnmower rip of a strike 3 call I think I've ever seen. It all means the same knowing that's a strikeout. Wagner's 4th, and he's got out number 1 here in the 7th. So now Mulholland steps in, started this game, now time is called. Wagner now sets. Runner off of second base. Here's his pitch to Mulholland. It is in there, a called strike now, 0-1 on Mulholland, who walked twice, reached on an infield single, drove in 2 runs on that infield single. So he's had a very productive day at the plate, and now is behind an 0-1 count. Pitch now coming to him. Misses up. That now makes it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Wagner just struck out his 4th batter after letting the runner move up to second in Bolts. Now he's got runner on second with 1 out. 9-7 ball game. Renegades lead it. Back into the windup now. This one fouled straight back, and now once again Wagner moves ahead of a hitter. It's 1-ball, 2-strike as he continues now to his 6-hitter face, get ahead in the count. So now a strike away from another victim. If Wagner can put down Mulholland right here. Here's the 1-2. It is swung on and missed. And to the surprise of no one, Wagner racks up another strikeout as he continues to deal here his 5th strikeout and out number 2 here in the inning. We'll see if he can go for 6 here coming up against Brock Wenland and get the 3rd out of the 7th inning. This inning started with a walk before Weatherly and Mulholland have struck out. Wagner's now got 5 strikeouts to go with the 1 walk, no hits allowed. First pitch skips in there, nice block by Hirschler. It's now 1-0 on Wenland. He popped out, singled, and struck out swinging in his first 3 plate appearances. Gabe Falcone, the shortstop, waits on deck if this inning were to continue. Wagner now sets at the belt. They don't really hold the runner on. This one misses low. It's now 2-0. Renegades pitching now up to 12 strikeouts combined through their 6 2/3 innings. So 4 pitchers have matched the strikeout total of Carter Goring last night in just about the same amount of innings. 1 less out. 2-0 pitch coming to Wenland is in there, a called strike. Beautiful off speed there by Wagner. He's now got it 2-1 on the 3rd baseman for Queen City. He's the tying run here in the 7th. Renegades got to get 7 more outs to secure a victory here. Wagner looking to complete inning number 2. Here comes the 2-1 to Wenland. It's swung and foul tipped into the glove of Hirschler. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes as Wagner's got both the off-speed and the heat working here tonight. Let's see if he can pump 1 more in there and finish off this inning with number 6 via the K. So runner, that's Bolt. He was at second with nobody out. Still at that very same spot now with 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a 2-run Renegades lead. And Wagner and Hirschler not on the same page there, so time is going to be called. Wagner struck out Shoulders, Miller, Lumley, Weatherly, and Mulholland. Now looking to make Wendlandt the next via the K. 2-2 pitch coming. It is just off the outside corner. Probably a good call. Looked to be maybe a little outside, but I don't think Hirschler or really any of the fans here liked that call. There was a massive grill. They were looking for strikeout number 6. They wanted it for the Renegades pitcher and center fielder, but didn't get the call, and that makes it a 3-2 count. Best way to fix that call is come right back for one right here. Here comes the 3-2 from Wagner. It skips in there. Runner's going to move up to third as the ball kicks away, and that is a walk now. Runners at the corner. Still 2 outs for the Crush. Wagner looks like he tried to throw the heck out of that baseball, and ball didn't even make it to home plate before it bounced. And that also bounced far enough way to allow Bolt to move up to third. Wagner loses Wendlandt on the second walk of the innings. Now first and third, that's the tying run out at first base. Coach came up to the step of the dugout. Don't think they're going to take Wagner out. I'd give him a shot here to try and finish off this inning. He's not allowed a hit in his inning in 2/3 of work. Just the 2 walks. That'll be Wendlandt at first, Bolt at third. We'll see if they try and put Wendlandt in motion and move the tying run into scoring position. They have Goring holding him on at first base. Run at third, Bolt not as big of an influence. First pitch is way high. That makes it ball 1 to Gabe Falcone. He is 0 for 3 to the tune of a flyout, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout. Does have 1 RBI. But now if Cole Wagner could get 1 more out, would finish 2 innings of no-run baseball. Also has 5 strikeouts, 1-0 pitches, up and in. It's now 2-0. Back-to-back batters, Wagner has fallen behind. He came back to Wendlandt to make it 2-2, then walked him. Now we'll see if he can do the same, but finish with an out number 3 here against Falcone. Sets, swung on a miss. That's into the glove of Hirschler, and that makes it 2-1 as Wagner bounces right back to get the strike swinging. And now right back in this one. Just a 2-1 count on Falcone. Runner off at first base, Wendlandt. Runner off at third, Bolt. Wendlandt at first is the tying run, 9-7 game. 2-1 is fouled back, and now Wagner once again a strike away. It's 2-2. And the lefty center fielder and now relief pitcher needs just 1 more. Can you fire in 1 more rocket out of that left-hand arm and send us into the bottom of the 7th inning? Send us into the 7th inning stretch. Stand and sing to the tune of potentially 6 strikeouts for Wagner. He sets at the belt. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch is low and inside. That makes it 3-2. I believe they do have someone warming and maybe even ready in the bullpen. So if Wagner loses Falcone here to load the bases with 2 outs, it may be the end of the line for him. With full count and 2 outs, they're going to pull Goring off the bag at first and play him behind the runner, Wendlandt. He will get a head start. Runner on third won't be able to go, but the runner on first is going. The 3-2 pitch. This is popped up behind no plate, but that's going to get out of play, so we'll do it again. Wendlandt getting the head start on the 3-2 pitch, so Falcone puts one in a gap here. Could potentially knot this one all the way up at a 9-9 score. Falcone back in now. It was a foul ball on the previous pitch. Wagner looking to get the final strike, the final out here of this 7th inning. Kicks the leg, the 3-2, swung on and missed. And chasing the high fastball for strike 3. Down goes Falcone. And Wagner has struck out 6 in 2 innings and gets the deserved round of applause from the crowd and the teammates on his way back to the dugout. So it keeps it a 7-9 score, 3 straight scoreless innings for Renegades pitching, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. 9-7 Renegades lead this one. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Head into the bottom of the 7th inning after the 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark. A beautiful rendition that involved all the fans here in attendance. That was a lot of fun. And now the top of this Renegades lineup coming up to hit against a new pitcher, another lefty, Josh Buxton. It comes up onto the mound in replace of Wyatt Kepler. We saw Josh Buxton pinch run early in this game. He pinch ran for Trey Mulholland. Now takes the mound as a pitcher, so he's been used in a variety of ways. I'm sure that the Crush are hoping to at least get maybe a couple innings out of him. Renegades lead this one 9-7 in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Andrew Imgarden in to lead it off against Buxton. First pitch is swung on a miss as he blew the fastball by him for strike one. It'll be Imgarden, Roslovich, and Carter Gorling to follow. Colby Ott will come to the plate if any of them can reach. Imgard back into the box. Now it's a lefty-lefty matchup. The wind-up, the kick, and the 0-1 delivery is lined out to left. That's going to get just past the dive of Falcone and into the outfield for a leadoff base hit. Imgarden's got his first hit of the night and his 4th time on base as he starts this bottom of the 7th with a single to left field. So Imgarden goes opposite way to line that one out just past the diving glove of Gabe Falcone, and that's a leadoff base runner for the Jefferson City Renegades. Now leading off of first base is Andrew Imgarden. Roslovich, who has a couple hits and RBI tonight, steps in. Lefty kicks, looks at Imgarden, now delivers to Lovich, misses up high, 1-0. Joining us on the broadcast for this 7th inning, Adonis Forte, Renegades outfielder and usually in the top of the lineup at leadoff hitter. Adonis, how you doing tonight?
I just lost my voice cheering on my teammate from Rutgers, Cole Wagner, getting 6 Ks tonight. He's doing good.
Throw over to first base. Yeah, how does that make you feel from the dugout when he comes in and then in 2 innings strikes out 6 batters? I mean, that was pretty electric.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm losing my voice right now.
So Lovich in a 1-0 count. Imgarden off of first base. Renegades lead at 9-7 here in the 7th inning. This one bounced in there, but Imgarden will stay put. So now 2-0. So for you, is it like you've been so present at the top of the lineup all season long, rarely an off day here? Is it kind of fun to just to sit and, like you said, cheer on your teammates on the dugout?
Yeah, but it's a different feel. I love cheering on my teammates. Get a chance to relax for a day before I go to the All-Star game. And yeah, I'm loving it so far. This game is exciting.
2-0 pitch coming to Lovich. Nope, a throw over to first. So talk about that All-Star game tomorrow. How excited are you to get to participate in that in Clarinda?
Oh, yeah, I like the field. I feel like it's going to be really fun watching Luke hit bombs tomorrow and playing in the game, meeting all types of new people, the best players from the league.
2-0 pitch coming to Lovich is going to miss low. Now 3-0 And yeah, you guys, the Renegades, are sending so many representatives to Clarinda tomorrow. What does that say about you guys? A whole lot of all-stars you guys are sending to Iowa.
Yeah, we have some pretty good guys. You have the list on you or no?
I don't have the total list. I know some names off the top of my head. I can look at the roster and probably name some off for you. It is a 3-0 pitch coming to Ross Lovich. Yeah, do you have the list, Ashley? 3-0 pitch to Lovich is grounded out to second base, hit slowly. Shoulders is going to field it and throw to first, and it just in time to get Lovich. A bang-bang play at the bag. Could have gone either way, but that is out number 1 as Imgard moves up to second base on the play. Lovich out on the fielder's choice, and that's out number 1 here in the 7th. So, yeah, as you look at that list, I mean, got to be pretty fun, especially because you guys have both in the hitting department and the pitchers. I mean, you guys have a well-rounded group that you're sending to Iowa.
Yeah, a lot of solid players, good pitchers. Tanner, what's his ERA? He's been pitching
Tanner's
really good.
ERA is sitting at, I believe it's in the ones. Yeah, 1.13 in 13 appearances.
Yep, he's been killing it.
Gorling in with Imgarn at second base. This pitch is a called strike. So tell us a little bit. You had your dad out here for family weekend. Was that pretty fun to have him out last night at the ballpark?
Yeah, he's always yelling, being loud. Got to talk to him. Yeah.
0-1 pitch coming to Carter Gorling, who's got 3 hits tonight, drove in 2 runs. 0-1 pitch to him is flown out to the right side. That's foul. So now 0-2. Speaking of Carter Gorling, he punched out 12 last night in 7 innings. Does that make your job easy when you're just mowing him down? You don't have to do a whole lot out there in center field.
I don't think I had a single play last night. I was just chilling the whole time. He was dicing, throwing everything, slider, fastball. He was pitching. And I went out to dinner with him last night with his family, went to B-Dubs, so he was pretty happy, in good spirits. Yeah, he's a dog.
Absolutely. We had him on after the game. He was great to have on in the post-game show. Great to have Adonis Forte with us here in the 7th inning as that one just misses. Nope, it was called strike 3. Sorry, I didn't see the called strike 3 call. So Gorling goes down on the backwards K. So tell us a little bit to you, because you played a great center field all year. What is a little bit of your approach like when you're standing out there pre-pitch, stuff like that?
My approach at the plate is to hit first pitch fastball away, expect fastball, and react to off speed, and just try to get on base, work the count. I can hit anything. If I do get out, I make the adjustment the next at bat. But yeah, just hitting first pitch fastball away, middle away is my approach.
Now Colby Ott stepping in. Imgarn still at second. This one is a ball low and away. This inning started with a single by Imgard and since Lovich out on a ground out and Gorling on a strikeout. Adonis Forte joining us. Renegades all-star, so he'll head to Iowa tomorrow in Clarinda. Renegades were just there about a week ago, but now going back for the all-star festivities as this pitch will not be delivered. So you guys have won 4 out of your last 5. How are the vibes looking like for you guys? Because it feels like you're starting to maybe point the arrow up a little bit.
Yeah, so after like our losing streak, we snapped out of it. We started to congregate way more in fellowship and get closer with the team. And we decided not to lose. And like we have like a little catchphrase now. It's called Renegade Nation. Let's ride.
There you go. Love to hear that. It's now a 2-0 count on Colby Ott. So tell us a little about what the chemistry is like. Has it grown as the season has kind of gone on here into the month of July?
Yeah, most definitely. I went to the teammates. We hang out at Ian North's house, the first baseman. And we just been vibing and having a good time, but our mind's clear now, and we get to play the best ball we can, taking better cuts, especially with the coach. Our coach is really good, Coach D'Amelia.
3-0 count now to Colby Ott. So you've been really involved with the community this summer, done a whole lot of stuff. Can you tell us a little about, especially with some of the reading that you've been doing here in Jefferson City?
Yeah, so we just got back from the Boys and Girls Club reading, and that was pretty fun. They were excited, asking us a lot of questions. Like if Ashley is my agent, and I told her she was my agent, so she basically is, and my mom. And we did another reading at the park for the library, and that was fun too with Carter and Jack.
Thought we almost had ball 4 there for a second to Colby Ott. It was on his way down to first base, but it was a called strike, so it's now 3-1 to the Renegades. Now left fielder. 3-1 pitch now coming is going to be low, so now Ott gets his walk. Imgarn will stay put at second base. Now first and second with 2 outs, and here comes Colin Shreves your guys' roster as a whole has so many guys that can play so many different positions. Is that kind of cool to see guys like what Cole Wagner has done and other guys like Jackson who play the field and then come in and pitch, stuff like that? Is that cool for you to watch? I don't know how well you were able to hear that because I've got the PA going on. As Adonis Forte joining us with 2 on and 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Now I'll get back to it. So what I was trying to ask there, is it fun to see guys like Jackson and Cole, guys that have been playing the field all year, then come in and pitch, show to the versatility of your roster?
Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew they can do that, and they're just performing and putting on the show for us tonight.
Shreve's now up with 2 on. First pitch to him bends in there, a called strike. This is Josh Buxton on the mound for the Queen City Crush, just entered the game in this inning. So this is the first time you guys have played an exhibition game. Were you guys kind of in warm-ups and stuff like that taking the same approach, even though this game is really not going to count in the records?
We're a little bit more loose today, and that's why I think we're hitting way better today.
Shreves pops out here to end the inning. Well, Adonis, I appreciate so much you coming on with us in the 7th inning, and wish you nothing but success and a whole lot of fun tomorrow at the All-Star game.
Good luck. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty. You want to say something
Hey,
before we go to break?
I'll see you tomorrow.
All righty. Love the shout out there. We're going to head to the 8th inning. Renegades lead this one 9-7. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Capital City and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Couple changes as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Renegades looking to hold on to a 9-7 lead. Trying to listen to some of the changes we're having is they're not making it easy with everyone moving around left and right. Give me 2 seconds and I'll have all of those for you. Alrighty, I think we've got all of them figured out. So Cole Wagner is done on the night on the bump, but man was he spectacular. He went 2 innings pitched, struck out 6, walked 2, did not give up a hit or a run, and the Renegades are now just 2 innings away of getting a win here. Now to get to all the defensive changes since they just continue to move players around. So Levi Menslowski returns to first where he started tonight. Shreves returns to third, so they're back to their original positions. Hopkins comes in from right into second base. Cole Wagner goes from the mound to right, and Ian Nolf now on the hill pitching for the Renegades. Hope you're able to catch all of that. I'll try and give a whole infield-outfield update in just a moment. Nolf's first pitch is going to miss outside for a ball. It's now 1-0 to Aaron Fisher. It'll be 8, 9, and 10 in the Crush's lineup, who trail 9-7 here in the 8th. Renegades now using our 5th pitcher of the night, and Ian Nolf. It's going to be hard for him to top what Cole Wagner just did. 1-0 pitch and their strike. It's now 1-1. So let's just give you the overall Renegades defense. First, Meslowski, second base, Hopkins, shortstop, Ingardens, third base, Shreves, left field, Ott, center field, Lovich, right field, Wagner, Hirschler behind the dish. Only 3 Renegades defenders are still playing the position where they started. That tells you all you need to know. It's a whole lot of fun here at this exhibition game, and my scorecard now looks closer to a coloring book. Once again, thanks so much to Adonis Forte, pleasant enough to join us in the bottom of the 7th. He was a great addition. I hope you guys, everyone listening, enjoyed getting to hear from him. One of the Renegades All-Stars, center fielder and mainstay in the leadoff spot in the lineup. The 1-2 pitch was fouled off. So now it's 1-2 on Fisher. He's walked, scored a run, also reached on a fielder's choice and walked. So he's been on base all 3 times. Now plate appearance number 4. He's behind 1-2. Back into the batter's box now. Nolf looking to put him away into the lineup, and the 1-2 pitch is off the outside part of the plate now, 2-2. After the miss, it's now 2-2. Back into the box now is Fisher. He's reached all 3 times without a hit. Nolf into the line, the kick, and the 2-2 is, they're going to say he went around. That's a strikeout, and Renegades pitching continues to strike out crush hitters. That's 7 straight outs via strikeout, and the Renegades pitchers have it working. Actually, 8 straight outs via strikeout, as Lovich had his last via a K. It's actually even more than that. Give me a second. It's too much strikeouts for me to count. This is madness, ladies and gentlemen. So, dating back to the last 3 pitchers, Lovich, Wagner, and now Nolf. The last 10 outs put down by the Renegades have been via the K. And now 0-1 on a swing and miss to Tarbett. He so far in the night is 1 for 3, a single and 2 punch-outs. So Renegades pitching up to 14 strikeouts in 7 1/3 innings. That is just electric stuff. This one snaps in there. It's now 0-2. Can Ian Nolf continue the streak? That would be insane, the rate that the Renegades are striking out batters at. 3 walks mixed in between that streak. But yeah, they have struck out 10 in a row of strikeouts. So 0-2 now. Tarbett back into the box. Into the lineup is Nolf. Here's his delivery. It is swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the Renegades will throw it around the horn. Back-to-back punch-out swinging. And Nolf has got the first 2 set down on strikes here in the 8th. I said when he came in it'd be hard to match what Wagner did, but he sure as heck is trying to do that as he struck out the first 2 he's faced. And will now face number 10 hitter in Ryan Shoulders with nobody on and 2 out in the top of the 8th. Renegades lead 9-7. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm Ben Schmidt, bringing you exclusive Renegades coverage from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Hope you've enjoyed this Renegades game as they've had excellent pitching as of late to go with 9 runs put up on offense. Nolf's first pitch has swung on and missed. 0-1 now to Shoulders. Nolf struck out Fisher, Tarbett, and now ahead 0-1 to Shoulders, who has popped out, grounded out, and struck out swinging. Nolf, who has played first and second tonight. This one is going to miss low now, 1-1. Actually, just second tonight for Nolf. We've seen him play first most of the season when he's been in the field. Back on the bump now. Shoulders back into the box. Righty-righty matchup. Into the line, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. It is low, but did he go around? They're going to say he did not. It is 2-1. Shoulders started to take the bat off his shoulder, but did not go. Nolf gets the sign from Hirschler, who sets down and away. The pitch is swung on and missed. It's now 2-2. And I am slowly running out of ways to say strikeout swing. Hopefully, though, Nolf can do it here to end the at-bat against Shoulders. He's got nobody on and 2 outs, 9-7 ball game, and a 2-2 count coming. Nolf is going to kick the left leg. The pitch is swung on, grounded out to second base. Hopkins just into the ball game. The throw to first is in time, and that's out number 3. And Ian Nolf can jog off the mound after a 3-up, 3-down inning to send us to the bottom of the 8th. And the Renegades pitching has got it going on. So we'll head to the next half of the inning. Renegades lead this one 9-7. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
First pitch to Joe Hirschler is in there, a called strike. Now 0-1 to the Renegades catcher. Josh Buxton out for his second inning of work. He'll face 7, 8, 9 in the Renegades batting order. As Hirschler swings and misses, it's now 0-2 on the Renegades catcher. Hopefully this is the last trip to the plate for the Renegades, though. I'd mean they close things out in the top of the ninth inning. They lead this one 9-7 on the Show Me Sports Network. This exhibition game taking place on this Saturday night before the All-Star game tomorrow. Renegades will send a whole lot of representatives there as this one bounces in. It's 1-2. Hirschler is only 1 for 4, but he's reached 3 times and has 2 RBIs, so productive night for him. Renegades pitching so far through 8 innings has 15 strikeouts. They have been dominant despite giving up the 7 runs. Not all of them even earned. But this one is swung on a miss to Hirschler. Speaking of strikeouts, so he's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That is the second K recorded by Buxton. Just came into the ballgame last inning. And now I'll face Levi Myslowski, the first and third baseman tonight, with nobody on and 1 out. So Myslowski steps in. He has reached once tonight. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout, but did walk his last time up. First pitch is swung on a miss as a nasty breaking ball there by Buxton is into the glove of Weatherly. It's now 0-1. Norfolk came in to pitch. Last inning waits on deck. Would assume with how efficient he was, we'll probably see him try and close out this game in the 9th. Myslowski back in. Here comes the 0-1. It is going to be outside for a ball. Now 1-1. Renegades have not scored a run since the 5th inning when they put up 3. They've been blanked, but thankfully their pitching has matched the Crush pitching stride for stride. It's been a tale of basically 2 different games. The first 5 innings saw us 9-7, and now the last 3, no run score. This one swung on a miss. It's now 1-2 on Myslowski. He's looking to avoid the hat trick. Would be his 3rd strikeout of the game if he goes down via the K here. Myslowski back at first base after a couple innings at third. He's into the box. Now it's a 1-2 pitch coming from Buxton. Swung on and missed. That strike 3 and the second straight strikeout recorded by Buxton. I think he was getting jealous of those Renegades pitchers and said, I want some of my own, as he's got 2 Ks here in the 8th. And now he'll face Ian Nolf with nobody on and 2 outs. So Renegades, who sit at 13-16, will be heading to the top of the 9th inning with at least a 2-run lead, maybe more if Ian Nolf has something to say about it. Buxton just the 3rd pitch of the Crush have used. Meanwhile, the Renegades have used 5. Nolf is going to watch the first pitch be upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Cole Wagner, center fielder and relief pitcher, waits on deck. The leadoff hitter, this is the number 9 spot in Nolf. 1-0 pitch coming to him, snaps in, and that's a strike now, 1-1. Nolf so far struck out, a hit by a pitch, walked and scored, and then a strikeout. So officially he's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, but did reach the other 2 times and scored a run. He's in a 1-1 count now. Buxton into the windup, puts the glove over the head and now comes home. This one hit on the ground out to Falcone on a couple hops. He's up with it to throw to first, a missile in time, and that's a ground out to end the inning, and the Renegades go 3 up, 3 down. So they need just 3 more outs, the Renegades do, and we'll see if they can get it. We're going to head to the top of the 9th inning on the Show Me Sports Network. Renegades lead this one 9-7.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
Headed to the top of the 9th inning here on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm Ben Schmidt, bringing you exclusive coverage of Renegades baseball from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Doc and Norm, the official transportation provider of the Renegades. And now Ian Nolf, who made the last out of the bottom of the 8th, takes the mound to try and close things out in the 9th. He'll face 1, 2, 3 in the order. He'll get it started with Isaac Miller, who shows bunt and then pulls back. This one upstairs now 1-0 on the left fielder for the crush. Renegades lead this one 9-7. They have led since they jumped out in front with 3 runs scored in the 5th. All zeros for both sides since. And now Nolf into the windup. The 1-0 is outside now 2-0. Nolf in his first inning of work in the 8th went strikeout, ground out. He was efficient and contributed to the Renegades pitching that has racked up 15 Ks through 8 innings. We'll see if Nolf can not only add a few more, but finish out this game in a 2-run lead. Would get the save. This one upstairs now 3-0 and in danger of walking Miller and bringing the tying run to the plate. Last time the Crush had the tying run to the plate is when they actually had Brock Wenland, who walked and got on base in the 7th. So they had the tying run on first, but then Cole Wagner struck out Falcone to end that inning. 3-0 pitch coming. This one in there, a strike. It's now 3-1. If this holds, I believe Jackson Lovich would be in line for the win. 3-1 pitch now coming to Isaac Miller. It is grounded out to second base. Hopkins has got it on a couple hops. His throw to first, a perfect one, and just in time to get the hustling Miller. That's a ground out for out number 1, and the Renegades now 2 outs away. So if the Renegades can hold on to this one, Lovich would get the win, Nolf would get the save, and the Renegades would take this exhibition matchup over the Queen City Crush. Lovich, excuse me, not Lovich, was thinking of Lovich because I was just talking about him, but it's Nolf who goes into the wind and misses for a ball. Now 1-0. Lumley steps in. He was all over the base pass early in this one. Double, drove in a run and scored in the first, had an infield single in the second, then walked and scored in the fourth. He struck out his last time up in the sixth. Pitch to him is in there, a called strike. It's now 1-1. And Nolf showing very easy ability to come back into the strike zone even after falling behind in a couple of counts so far this inning. Got Isaac Miller to ground out. That's where we stand. Nobody on and one out in the top of the ninth. Renegades up 9-7. This one hit off the end of the bat to Mislowski. It's going to get over his head and down the right field line into fair territory. Lumley is going to turn it head to second. The throw on its way, but in standing with a double down the right field line, about as soft as you can hit it for Lumley, and he's now in scoring position. Tying run will come to the plate. And it was off the end of the bat, but just enough to get over the head of the first baseman, Mislowski, and down the right field line in fair territory, and then took a generous kick, and Lumley was well on his way to second base. That's his second double of the night. And the first hit for the Crush since way back in the fourth inning. It was honestly probably like a check swing type of attempt at that ball by Lumley. He didn't even follow through and just got enough of it to basically drop it over the head of everyone down the right field line. Not a whole lot Nolf can do there. Not a hard hit ball at all, but now he's got to face Alec Bolt as the tying run with one on and one out here in the top of the ninth inning. So Alec Bolt in. He has struck out twice, walked and been hit by a pitch. First pitch to him bends out of the zone. It's now 1-0. Lumley stands at second. He's been on base 4 times. His run does not matter, though. Nolf much more concerned with the man at the plate, and Alec Bolt. Renegades lead this one 9-7. Nolf straightens up, checks the runner at second base, and here's the 1-0. It is swung on and misses. Out in front of that one was Bolt, and it's now 1-1. Bolt struck out the first 2 times and has been in 2 strike counts since in both of the at-bats, and stared down the hat trick and said no thank you, and ended up reaching on a hit by pitch and a walk. So let's see if Nolf can be the one to deliver it to him and get him strikeout number 3. He's got to fire 2 more in, though. It's currently a 1-1 count. Nolf checks the runner, and now will fire the 1-1. It is off the outside part of the plate. It's now 2-1. Nathan Weatherly, who's also been on a couple times, waits on deck. He would be the go-ahead run if he steps up to the plate, if Bolt is able to reach. Nolf a long look into Herschler, now straightens up and sets at the belt. Herschler's going to set low and away. This pitch is hit foul, out of play off to the right side, and now we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nolf has got 2 strikeouts in his inning and a third of work so far in relief. The 5th Renegades pitcher. It's gone Eierman, Fisher, Lovich, Wagner, and now Nolf. Wagner in line for the win and Nolf the save if he can get it. No Renegades pitcher has gone more than 2 innings, but they have all been pretty efficient. 2-2 pitch now coming. It is upstairs. Didn't miss by much, but it's now going to run it full, and a big pitch now coming to this ball game could mean the difference between out number 2 and putting the tying run on base for the Crush, who have not scored since way back in the 4th inning. Last 4 trips to the plate for them have been zeros. Nolf looking to make it a 5th time. Big pitch. Here's the 3-2 coming. It is line to left. That is going to get in the gap for extra bases. Left fielder Ott is after it, rounding third, and coming in to score is Lumley, making a turn at first, but then heading back is Bolt. He's got an RBI single, and we now have a 1-run ball game here in the 9th inning. 9-8 our score. Credit Bolt with the RBI as he hit that ball on the nose to left. And coming in to score easily from second base is Lumley. So his bloop double comes back to hurt the Renegades. It's now a 9-8 ball game, and the tying run at Bolt on at first base, and the winning run in Weatherly stepping to the plate. Or not the winning run, the go-ahead run. Renegades would have a chance to bat if this game is tied or taking the lead. So stepping in now, Weatherly. He's doubled, struck out, walked, and then struck out again. Double play here could end it if Nolf can dial one up on the ground. First pitch, curveball in there, a called strike. It's now 0-1. Crowd trying to will Nolf to these final 2 outs. He got the first here to start the inning, and then has since gone double, single, and 1-run scoring in the form of Lumley. He's now scored 3 times tonight, 3 out of the 8 that Queen City has put up there on the scoreboard. He's now off of first base as Bolt. Not a good lead. 0-1 pitch is fouled off in and out of the glove of Herschler. It's now 0-2. Meant to say not a big lead for Bolt. He is held on by Meslowski, so don't see, especially as a tying run, don't see a chance that they put him in motion. If they really wanted to, you would think they would have gone to a pinch runner. So he's at first. Nolf looking for either his third strikeout or just any out here and retire his second of the inning. Even better, put one on the ground, rolling up to finish this ball game. Nolf now sets, runner off of first. The 0-2 is low and outside. It's now 1 ball, 2 strike. Nolf has had at least a strike on every batter this inning. He's had 2 strikes on each of the last 2, but hasn't been able to put them away. And now looking to get Weatherly here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 run already in for the Crush. They still trail this one 9-8. And runner on first base. Here's Nolf's delivery. The 1-2 pitch is fouled straight back, and we will do it again. Just enough contact there by Weatherly to keep it alive. Just joining us this game, it's been back and forth. Renegades trailed at 1.5-1 before scoring 3 in the third and then 2 more in the fifth. That made it a 1-run ball game. Then 3 in the fifth. The 2 came in the fourth. 3 in the fifth gave them the lead, 9-7 at the time. It's now 9-8. 1-2 pitch once again coming from Nolf. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And a big out number 2 as down on strikes goes Weatherly. And that's the big second out here in the 9th inning. Nolf's third strikeout in his inning and 2/3. He's now an out away from nailing down this victory and getting a 2-inning save. So Miller retired and Weatherly retired. Now Nolf just trying to get Trey McHolland, who started this game on the mound for the Crush, and now looks to be the last gasp effort, tying run at first base. 2 outs for the Crush. Nolf long look into his catcher Hirschler. Still having Maslowski hold the runner, Bolt on at first base. Lumley's already scored. This one hit foul off to the right side. Will it stay playable? Maslowski after it, near the dugout. He is going to make the catch, and that's the ball game up against the dugout. The catch is secured, and the Renegades win it. 9-8, the final score. And the Renegades have won back-to-back games at home and will celebrate out on the mound as everyone emerges from the dugout. Mulholland retired on the pop-out to end the ball game, and Ian Nolf nails down the save, going the final 2 innings and securing the victory. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break and then wrap this one up on the Show Me Sports Network. 9-8, your final score. Renegades win it. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Stock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MOAC Stock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MOAC Stock and Norm Direct.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
Post game on the Show Me Sports Network, a happy one as the Renegades take this one by a final score of 9-8 and what was an all-around fun night at the ballpark. And the Renegades end up nailing this one down, a 1-run victory. Now fun here for the fans in attendance, running the bases, out the players out on the field, autographs, and the Crush players and coaches along with the Renegades players and coaches all hanging out on the field. Looks to be some fun friends out there getting together to talk about what just happened and a good time out at the ballpark as the Renegades take this one 9-8. They were great all night long, and I think we're going to have someone joining us here in just a second. Renegades Give us just 1 second as we get ready to go here for the post-game interview. I'll let you know who that is in just a moment. As joining us here to talk about the win is center fielder and relief pitcher Cole Wagner. Cole, how are you feeling right now?
Feeling good. First college appearance on the mound. Wasn't what I really expected, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't know you had that in you. Come in and pitch 2 innings and strike out 6. I mean, especially that first inning, a couple of the strikeouts, it looked like after you finish off the strike 3, you just kind of stood there for a second admiring what you had just done. How did that feel?
It felt great. We had a great community out tonight, just supporting, and it felt great to be able to perform to that type of level in front of them.
So Cole Wagner joining us, not only got the start in center field in the leadoff spot, goes 2 innings, strikes out 6, and does not allow a run. So how is it for you to go from center fielder and hitter, then to pitch, and then back into the field? Was that kind of a fun experience? Because like you said, first collegiate pitching appearance, so something new for you, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. I was just having fun up there. I mean, It's summer ball. Like, I'm still taking it serious, but at the same time, it's fun just to be able to mound and be able to compete like that in both sides of the field.
Well, after your walk in the first inning tonight, you're up to 22 walks on the season. It seems like you have a great eye at the plate. Are you kind of locked in right now up there?
Yeah, it feels like I'm seeing the ball really well, and I had a good eye at Rockhurst too. Had a ton of walks there too, and just carrying it over here and hopefully keep going.
So we had Adonis on in the 7th inning, and exhibition game still very important, but doesn't count in the record book. So Adonis said it felt like that you guys were playing pretty loose, and that was showing in how you were pitching and scoring runs. Did you feel like you guys were kind of loose out there today?
Yeah, it felt like we had a lot more team chemistry going out there and just having fun and enjoying baseball, which is something we haven't done at all times this year, but it felt like we came together as a team today and just had fun.
So as we've moved further and further into the season, now about a week or so into July, can you guys kind of feel that you're really coming together as a team? Talk about the chemistry a little bit for you guys.
Oh, for sure. Like, we're backing up each other on the plays, and we're barreling, and we're getting hits strung together now finally. At the beginning of the season, it was just one guy would hit, and then the next 3 wouldn't do anything after, but now we're starting to string those hits together and produce more runs.
So now you're going to take the couple days off, the All-Star game tomorrow, and then a couple days off after that. So as you guys near into this final point into the season, a pretty big stretch of games coming up as you're right in the thick of things in the division. Do you guys kind of pay attention to that, or you're just keeping your head down and going to go play ball and not worry about the rest of the stuff?
I don't think we've really paid attention to it all this year, and I think that's kind of helped in this later part of the year. We're just having fun and going out, playing some ball and trying to win some games.
So Cole Wagner joining us here on the postgame. Renegades win this one 9-8. Cole Wagner also came in to pitch 2 innings, struck out 6 batters. So I feel like it was kind of 2 different games tonight. Early on it was just runs after runs, and then the middle innings it was pitching setting in. Did you guys kind of feel once it got towards the mid innings that at least on the mound you guys were really picking things up?
Yeah, a lot of confidence on the mound with any guy we go out there with. We got their backs, they got our backs, so we just play defense behind them and let them do their thing on the mound.
All right, one last thing before I let you go and celebrate out there on the field with everyone. You played a couple different spots in the outfield, left, center, and right. What's kind of the approach like for you when you see your name in the different spots out there in the outfield? Does it change based on where you're at, or are you just ready to go make plays wherever?
No, for sure. It definitely changes because whenever I see my name in the lineup before the game, I'm taking BP and everything. Whenever I'm out in the field, I gotta see the tail and everything, and just adjust to whatever position I'm at.
All right. Well, before I let you go real quick, congratulations once again on the win and the pitching performance tonight. Anything you got for us before just ready to go celebrate out there on the field?
Just Renegades country. Let's ride.
Oh, Adonis told me about that earlier. I love that. All right. Cole Wagner joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining us on the post-game show. Really appreciate it. Go enjoy, celebrate with your teammates. I'm going to wrap up the last few things here at the ballpark before we let you go. Enjoy the All-Star game tomorrow. You can tune into that. I would check the Mink League account socials. You can find them on Facebook, on Twitter. Anyone who is interested in watching any of the Renegades players, if you're not making the trip to Clarinda, make sure to check out the social media accounts because we will not have it, but I highly encourage you to go check it out. I know at the very least there's playing for some cards. I don't know whether it's video or just audio, but for anyone who wants to watch, I encourage you to look forward to that. Game is supposed to start at 7, so check it out during the day, the social media accounts, to where you can catch the action of that one. Once again, Renegades win this one 9-8. The final score. Jackson Lovich, who came in and pitched 2 innings and relief, struck out 3, allowed 2 runs, gets the win. And then Ian Nolf, who pitched the final 2 innings, struck out 3, allowed just a 1 run. He gets the save as the Renegades struck out 16 batters runners tonight. Kind of insane. They struck out 16 of the 27 strikeout stuff was working back-to-back nights where they punched out double digits. Taking the loss for the Queen City Crush, Wyatt Kepler, he went 3 innings, gave up the 4 earned runs, and he takes the loss tonight. But a whole lot of fun. It doesn't go into the record books, doesn't go into the stat sheets, so just a whole lot of fun to take out of it, like you heard from Adonis and Cole Wagner. Both of them so gracious to join us, talked about playing loose today and just having fun out there. I want to highlight a couple guys. As I look at my scorecard, it just seems like everyone is involved in the offense. Cole Wagner, obviously, at the leadoff spot, reached base twice, scored the run. Obviously, you know what we did on the mound. Andrew Imgarden reached 4 times and scored 3 runs. Ross Lovich reached base 3 times, drove in a run. He was great in the 3 spot. Carter Gorling had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Those are just to name a few. That's 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. Those guys were getting it done tonight for the Renegades as they put up 9 runs on 9 hits. Meanwhile, the visiting Queen City Crush put up 8 runs on 8 hits and take this one on a throw. It was a fun night at the ballpark. We had a whole lot of people out here still celebrating out on the field with it being family week, and looked like pretty much everyone is joined by family or siblings of some point celebrating on the third base side. It's run the bases and autographs as it is on every weekend game here at Vivian Field. Only got a couple home games left. Let's look ahead before I leave you for tonight. Renegades after tonight only have 4 more home games. It's Chillicothe on Thursday the 14th. Then in the final week they play Nevada on Monday the 18th, Joplin on Thursday the 21st, and then Joplin again on Friday the 22nd. So if you have not made it out to Vivian Field, highly encourage you to do that. You've got 4 opportunities left, not including the playoffs, to get to do that. So make sure to come on out and join us for a fun night at the ballpark. But that's going to be it for me tonight from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. It's been an absolute blast. I'll be back with you on Monday, and then Blake and I will be together in Nevada next Wednesday. But I hope you enjoyed this presentation of Renegades Baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. They win at 9-8. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday night. I'm Ben Schmidt. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time on the Show Me Sports Network. Take care, everybody.
You've been listening to the biggest and absolute best game coverage in mid-Missouri on the exclusive home for Jefferson City Renegades baseball, the Show Me Sports Network and the Renegades Radio Network. The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew are the ones that know your Renegades the best. Exclusive coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball has been brought to you by Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City, Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Christopher Scott, Farmers Insurance, Doc and Norm Direct, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, Hoslog Landscaping and Design, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, River Oak Christian Academy, Sawdust Studios, State Tech of Missouri, and Walk Off Wood Bat Company. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Join us anytime on the web at ShowMeSportsNetwork.com or find us on Facebook by searching the Show Me Sports Network. The Show Me Sports Network and the Renegades Radio Network, your exclusive home for Jefferson City Renegades baseball.
Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The preceding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.